Hi everybody, how's it going? We're back to Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. We're gonna be wrapping up Case 4 tonight, hopefully, and starting Case 5 probably as well. Before we get started, if you were not present at Friday's stream, then allow me to fill you in on the donation incentive that is at the bottom of the screen right now. Since my usual monthly donation goal for just general living expenses has been met, we have a bonus incentive going until the end of the month that if it can be met before the end of the 30th, then we will do it. That will be a Danganronpa Dissected stream. That's basically the prologue and chapter 1 of Danganronpa. It'll be a full spoiler stream though, so like, you know, full spoiler discussion of that game, and I'll just basically be doing like my whole analysis shtick and like commenting on themes and characters and arcs and all that stuff, but like live, going through every little granular detail as opposed to just, you know, like a short little video or something like that. So yeah, if you want to see me do that, then feel free to donate toward the goal. You have until the 30th to make it happen. But that all being said, let's get right into it. Yo, Kirby with the fucking $250. Holy shit. Right out the fucking gate. Hey Marcy, just going to drop in and donate for the Danganronpa dissection stream. I'm really excited for it. Thank you. Holy shit. You are so fucking wild for that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, so we're already halfway there. So there you go. Well, a little over halfway actually, because we already had 10. So thank you, Kirby. Holy shit. I really, really appreciate that. So yeah, who knows? We've got tonight's stream, we've got Friday's stream, and we've got next Tuesday's stream to make it happen. So yeah, definitely don't let Kirby's efforts go to vain, everybody. Holy shit, please. I really appreciate that. Anywho, let's go ahead get into this.
I've considered the defense counsel's request for a further summation examination of the jury. And I've determined that the court must uphold the defense's judicial right to this procedure. So, counsel, you will now proceed with your second summation examination. I presume the jury is ready, Mr. Foreman?
We are, my lord.
Very good. In that case, I must ask each of you to now state clearly and concisely for the court the grounds on which you find the defendant guilty of this crime. The accused left behind evidence at the scene, didn't he? Those 3 books of his.
If there was some novel alternative explanation about how the victim was stabbed, I might reconsider.
Even if the woman was throwing books, it can't be related to the crime if the window was closed, can it? Dearie me, it was only a little book, hardly life-threatening, even with a direct hit.
Look, I just want to get this over with. Then I'll bring home some pay tonight, I'll be in a tidy bit of trouble.
Come to think of it, we had a fire at home a while ago. Gave me the sneezes.
Huh.
Yes, considerably more tangible arguments from all members of the jury this time around, it seems. With one notable exception, of course. My learned student friend was unable to find fault in the previous witness testimony. So the court must accept the fact that it was indeed the accused seen fleeing from the scene. And moreover, no one else was even at the scene to commit the crime.
That was a perfectly timed donation. the noise went off like right as he threw the fucking thing. That was actually kind of cool. Anyway, Puyapin 2139 with the $10. Well, I guess I'll donate too then. I appreciate it. Thank you. Already 270 of 500 in one fell swoop. That's crazy. I can't believe that happened. I'm still kind of reeling about it.
No one else was even at the scene to commit the crime.
Well, if the eyewitnesses are correct, it would seem as if the conclusion is somewhat set in stone.
Captain Salty with the 2. If a book hit me, I think I'd just perish. Me too, honestly. If someone threw a book at me, I'd be so thrown off. I'd just be like, what happened? Where am I?
I fail to see how it can be argued any other way.
That means, I'm afraid, that during the summation examination, it's essential that you establish some other tangible explanation for the facts.
But how? What would even constitute a tangible explanation here?
Isn't it obvious? Who stabbed the woman, and how? Those 2 details are all you need to provide. Simply give us a name and a method by which the attack was conducted.
And there I was thinking this might be hard.
But Mr. Naruhodo, you have to do it. Otherwise, this will really be where the trial ends.
Pressure then.
That's quite enough preamble. Proceed with the summation examination, please. I presume you're prepared, Counsel?
Oh, yes, my lord. All right, Ryunosuke. Focus your mind now.
Morning Dove asked, did I see that a new Higurashi anime got announced? I did. I have slightly mixed feelings about it because, first of all, we're back to Studio Dean, which is, I kind of prefer the art style of Dean to the Passion anime, but I have mixed feelings about Dean as a studio in terms of their adaptational skills, even still to this day. And also, they sure did say in the announcement that it was yet another new story, which I really did not care for Ghosts that much. So, what can you do? Yo, hold on a second. What's that? Isamitsen210. Thank you for the gifted memberships. I appreciate it. I don't know. It just seems like that. Yeah, the member notifications are having a time. So, and also Captain Salty with another $5. The idea of being ops with someone who hates me enough to throw the Webster dictionary fills me with extreme dread. The library becomes a kill box. That's really good.
All right, Ryunosuke. Focus your mind now.
Jesus, that was a loud slap. You gonna be okay, dude?
Clearly the key to this summation examination is going to be juror number 4, the maid. Or should I say Mrs. Garrideb?
We have a book that disappeared from the Garrideb's house on the evening of the incident, and the 4th book found in the victim's hand.
There must be a way to link the 2. Yes, that's what we have to find. Using every technique I've learned in my short career so far. Whatever it takes.
Don't forget to keep an eye on Mrs. Garrideb and how she reacts, even to the things other people say.
Oh, hi, Lunafia. Yes. I forgot the gifted memberships can go to people who aren't actually here. Okay. There's 3 books of his. There was some novel alternative explanation about how the victim was stabbed I might reconsider. Okay, I need to look at the court record again, because it's been a hot minute. So... yeah, there was the receipt for the books. There was the case file. She remains unconscious. Blah, blah, stab wounds, other injuries. Right, now there was this. Oh yeah, the tip was broken off. That's right, I remember that now too. Large knife can be seen thrust in the victim's back. Specifically shows the victim's hand. Yeah, with the book. The book was burned from the fire. Okay. If the woman was throwing books, it can't be related to this crime if the window was closed, right? Dearie me, it was only a little book, hardly life-threatening even with a direct hit. I'm gonna press on that.
But the little book was on fire at the time, was it not?
With flames of love, I'll have you know.
There's really no such thing as loving incendiary bomb.
As a loving incendiary bomb.
Well, he brought it upon himself. It's playing with fire to betray a fiery love. Isn't it? Well, don't you agree?
Any kind of betrayal is certainly a bad thing, yes. But I think the argument might have arisen out of your misunderstanding, Mrs. Garrideb.
Never you mind that. The point is, we were just having a jovial little dispute. Nothing more. And I won't have any more of these suggestions that it was anything whatsoever to do with this crime.
Right. We'll see about that. But what about juror number 5? He's just sitting there. Doesn't seem to be turning a hair at Mrs. Garrideb's relentless onslaughts.
It's almost as though he's used to it. What a gentle soul he is.
Okay, I just want to get this over with. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to skip through the old man's, although, I mean, I kind of doubt that it was actually important. Demonstrate who, apart from Mr. Natsume, could have attacked the young woman on the street. Tells how they could have done it. Yeah. Okay. Let's look at the list of people that we have again, too. It was Susato! Okay. I obviously don't think it's Gregson. I mean, I don't know if I think it was her, necessarily. Or Mr. Garrideb, either. But that would kind of only leave these two for right now, which is interesting. Yeah, I don't know about that.
I think you're going to need to pit them against each other to force them to accept an alternative explanation.
You don't necessarily need to find contradictions between their assertions. Just a connection might do the trick.
Okay, that's actually a pretty decent hint. Boggle with the $2. Ryunosuke and the Adventure of the Domestic Moment. I know, they keep doing this. I can unmute the thing now that the memberships are done, by the way. I just didn't want you to have to hear the Beatrice laugh every 2 seconds while that was going. JCrubble7401 with the $20. Feel like I owe you this for how much I've watched your AA streams. Thanks. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so those 3 books of his. There's some novel explanation I might reconsider. Even if the woman was throwing books, it can't be related to this scene. If this crime, if the window was closed, it was only a little book. I get this over with. Come to think of it, we had a fire at home a while ago. It gave me the sneezes. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Actually, I feel like I should press on this, maybe. See what's going on there.
Does that have anything to do with your decision about the defendant's culpability in this case?
Sorry? What's that? You'll have to speak up, lad.
Could you tell us more about that fire?
It was last winter. My grandchildren baked me a lovely cake on my birthday. It had 75 candles on the top, it did. What a sight to behold it was.
You put candles on a cake? Was it some kind of devil worship?
Of course not. It was an angel cake to celebrate my birthday, obviously.
It seems that's a common custom here in Great Britain, Mr. Naruto.
Anyway, I mustered all of my puff to blow them out. Only I must have blown wrong somehow. The flames didn't go out, but the candles went flying all over the room. The furniture caught and everything went up. The whole place filled with smoke.
Definitely sounds like devil worship to me. And by the sneezes, I presume you mean a cold. How did you catch a cold from a fire?
Oh, what a fiasco it was. The grandchildren, bless them, threw water over me as they tried to put out the flames. And then, because the whole room had filled up with smoke, of course, we had to open all the windows to clear it.
Windows?
The biting winter air rushed over me like the devil dancing on my grave, it did. I caught a terrible cold from it, put me in a hospital for a while. I won't forget that birthday in a hurry.
I knew it was devil worship all along. Something about this old man's story is playing on my mind for some reason.
Yeah, that's interesting. I can skip through that. Okay. Actually, let me look at his statement again. That last bit particularly. The whole room had filled up with smoke. We had to open the windows to clear it. Fighting winter air. Yeah. Yeah, so... I don't know if I should take this statement or the wife's statement, but I think it's one of the two to contrast with that. This does mention the window being closed, though, is the thing, which is why I'm leaning toward it. So let's try that.
These two jurors' statements clearly contradict one another.
They do? How exactly, Consul?
Don't point at me again. I told you it wasn't me.
What's that you say? Speak up, lad. Speak up.
Juror number 3. Do you see? Oh, me? See what, sir? Did you hear juror number 6's account of his birthday celebrations last year? It seems, despite being a Londoner, he once opened his windows in the middle of winter. Well, yes, of course, because it was an emergency. I mean, obviously, if the room was filled with smoke from a fire, then you'd be mad not to open the... Oh! Exactly. On the day in question, at the time of the incident, there was a fire in the Garridip household, and Mr. Garridip had the following to say about it. The whole place filled with smoke. Oh, my hat!
Oh, hey, what's going on over here?
Excuse me.
Juror number 4, do you have something to say about that? Mrs. Garridip! Oh, dearie me! What is the meaning of this? How dare you imply that I'm hiding who I really am? It's imperative that you confirm something for the court. So please, it's time to drop the pretense now. What is it? When the fire started in your house that day, did you or your husband open the window? What? I beg your pardon? What are you insinuating? The room would have been thick with smoke after the carpet and bookcase caught fire as they did. In a situation like that, it's inconceivable that you wouldn't have opened the window. And what if we did? Oh, all right then. Yes, you're right. My husband was frantically trying to open the window, which can't have been easy since I continued to give him a justly deserved book battering. Even though your house was on fire? Oh, you never stop throwing until the anger subsides. It would be terribly bad for the nerves to do otherwise.
That is an interesting statement. To the question there, donations are done via Super Chat? Yes. Yes, they are.
Of course. I should have realized.
That's a significant step forward, Mr. Naruto. You've managed to establish that the window was open. You simply must have that added to Mrs. Garridip's formal statement.
Now you mention it, yes, the window was open at the time. I'd clean forgotten, but it was true.
Uh-huh. Okay. So, I think it probably won't... Like, let's just press it just in case to see if we get any further details on that.
The fourth book found at the scene of the crime shows very obvious signs of fire damage. And the title of the book is The Lion's Pride. Same title, in fact, as the book that Mr. Garridip told us he'd been reading. Well, I really couldn't say. On the day in question, did you or did you not throw at your husband the copy of The Lion's Pride that he had been reading? I did. It was the first thing I could lay my hands on, so I hurled it straight at him. And now you come to mention it, yes. He was rather enjoying reading it, you're right. Why did you not reveal this information to the court from the outset? Because I couldn't, you insolent little man. I didn't remember. At times like that, you pick up and throw whatever you can lay your hands on, as you well know.
Hey, Captain Salty with the 50. Your content genuinely helped me out when I was having a really rough time last week. Thank you for your content and who you are. Just wanted to say that you're a real one. Also, man, the Gyarados kind of suck. Why is she a juror, LMAO? Literally. Thank you for your generosity. And holy shit, RNG World. Is that RNG World? Well, RNGWRLD. NGNR. Sorry, I'm not sure exactly how that's supposed to be pronounced. But with the 250 again, holy shit, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. We're like nearly $100 over the goal, so yeah. I guess y'all are getting that Danganronpa stream then. Thank you so much. Again, I really, really appreciate that. But yeah, so I guess what I'm thinking is we'll probably find a day in early July to do it, just to give you a heads up. And it'll probably be something that like I'll end up scheduling a lot earlier in the day than I usually do most other streams. That way we have plenty of time and we're not like going over midnight or anything. We're probably just gonna, like start it. I would say like on whatever day it is, it'll probably be a weekend day. It'll probably be like around noon to 1-ish starting time maybe. So I will keep you all abreast. I'll probably make a community post and social media posts about it whenever we do get it scheduled. So just keep an eye out for that. Galaxy Oatmeal with the 20. Feels nice to be catching a stream after so long. Yeah, it's nice to have you. Thank you for your generosity. And also, Snob3930 with the 10. Dang. Oh, Rampa. yeah, that's true. Dang and Rampa. I'm Dang and he's Rampa. We are the Bullet Brothers. Can somebody make that fucking meme? I don't care what Danganronpa characters you use for it. I just think it'd be really funny. Anyway. I really don't. I barely noticed I was throwing a book, much less the title of it. Hey, what's going on there? Yeah. What have you got to say? What is it, juror number 5?
You know something? I've remembered what it was. That memory I've blocked out. It was listening to what this granny was saying. Brought it all flooding back.
Who are you calling a granny, you cheeky devil? I'm Mrs. Garrideb, or the maid, I'll have you know. The man doesn't even flinch. Please tell me that's not because he's so used to being hit all the time.
It was about 2 weeks ago now. Just got back home after work, like, put my hand in my pocket for the wages that I just earned that day. I nearly died. There was a hole. Every last penny had dropped out.
Oh dear. What a disaster.
You haven't heard the half of it, boy.
Oh?
The wife was cutting up some chicken at the time. I could hardly get the words out, but I told her straight. I've lost a day's wages, like. Next thing I knew, the blade was whistling past my ass, stuck into the wall next to me it did, about an inch deep.
Jesus. That's pretty fucking awful, dude. You think you need to get out of there, maybe? Divorce? No words. Just terror.
I could smell it then, a god-awful stench of the Thames. I was sure I was going to end up face down in the muddy banks that night, I can tell you. Now, that's a real disaster, isn't it?
I'll never use the word lightly again.
Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is this. Women lose their rag, they'll throw anything at you. Knives, hatchets, hammers, you name it.
Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't think that all women are so short-tempered and unrefined. No, I wasn't thinking that. Throwing household objects at people is, well, it's so uncivilized. At least attack with honor, using a bow the like. What? Attack? Who are you going to attack? Never mind. Anyway,
This man's words could be rather significant, I think.
Right. We'll come back to the bow and arrow thing later, if I dare.
Jeez. Ashbourne Phoenix with the 10 pounds. By the way, the story the Gyarados come from wasn't public domain at the time of the game's original Japanese release, so we can give them partial blame for the game taking so long to translate. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. I wonder if they could have just gotten away with doing the same, like, localization name thing as with, like, Sholmes or whatever, but maybe it's too specific. I don't know all the details of the story. That is interesting, though. Okay. Roll anything at you. The kitchen knife really brought that home to me. Okay. I think probably it's this statement that we would contrast then.
Objection!
Those two statements clearly have a deeply significant connection.
Good grief. You mean they don't contradict each other? Explain, Counsel, at once.
Juror number 2. Do you think perhaps that this could be one such novel alternative?
Captain Salty with the 5. Literally half the cast present in the courtroom at this time needed divorce London brand marriage counseling. Jesus, yeah, you're telling me. Also, Peach Tea, thank you for renewing your channel membership for 15 months.
Oh my, whatever do you mean?
An alternative explanation as to how the victim was stabbed in the back.
What are you talking about?
We've demonstrated that the fourth book, The Lion's Pride, that was found at the scene of the crime, originated in Mr. Garadib's room on the top floor of his house. Therefore, it's equally possible that some other object besides the book could have found its way from the Garadib household to the street below.
Oh, hi, Demily. Hell yeah. So, yeah, Demily's been working on a video essay, and it's really, really cool. You should watch it when it comes out. Although, yeah, if it's 6:30 right now, maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure, cause like if it's late enough at night, yeah, I don't know. What do you think, chat? Give your unsolicited opinions. It is a really good video essay, though. I've seen it. I like it a lot. It's 1:30 a.m. here, lol. Yeah, and it's like 6:30 here, so I don't know. It is pretty late, I guess. It's a video about Wanderstop. IDK gang. Like my vote is tomorrow, but everybody, yeah, you can give your opinions.
What's that now?
After all, Mrs. Garadib could have thrown any number of different objects at her husband. Isn't that right, juror number 4?
What are you insinuating now, you little beanpole?
Beginning to think that, ever since the true origins of this book came to light, perhaps she had a feeling this might be what happened.
Now you listen here, you Eastern Gala. As the foreman of this jury, I demand a straight answer.
You're really playing up the racism, dude, huh?
You give us this yarn about some other object making its way out of the house, but what? What was it?
I think it's interesting, by the way, that this guy, like, during the last trial that he was in, he didn't, like, stress the whole, like, the anti-Japanese racism thing as much, if I remember correctly, anyway. It feels like once, like, he kind of, like, had a bad time with Ryunosuke and, like, other people were being fucking racist to him around him, he, like, started to play it up way more. Interesting. Peach Tea with the 5. Someone needs to get Juror 5 a divorce lawyer. Yeah, literally. At Ryunosuke? I mean, you know, you want to get another job under your belt. Yeah. I guess people are kind of all over the place with it. in terms of the upload time. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, hey, that's rain. Hold on. Let me check the weather forecast real quick. Oh, really? Okay. So we're gonna have rain until around an hour and a half from now. Hopefully that doesn't become a problem. We'll keep an eye on it. Why is it always happening on stream nights for me? It's so strange. Anyway.
I'm really taking a big gamble here. It was a bold accusation to make. I haven't any real evidence to back it up. But I'm certain that at the very least, this warrants further investigation. All right, Mr. Foreman. I'll try to explain the defense's theory. The other object that found its way from the Garridip household to the scene of the crime was...
Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing right now? Let's try it.
Take that!
Shit, we are doing this, aren't we?
Juror number 4, Mrs. Garridip. What now? I must apologize in advance for this. But I need you to confirm something else for the court. This knife. Have you ever seen this knife before?
Good Lord, Counsel, what on earth are you doing? That's the weapon that was lodged into the victim's back, man!
My lord, remember that when the victim was attacked, Mr. and Mrs. Garridip were in the throes of an argument. Mrs. Garridip was hurling anything she could at her husband, who'd been backed up against the window. A window that had been opened to clear the smoke, and through which a book sailed to land at the crime scene.
Can't seriously believe that.
Oh, thank you, Demily. I appreciate your money. And yeah, obviously, anytime. I'm more than happy to help. You made a really good video, and I think that people should absolutely watch it because it's super good. All your help is worth a grand €6. I mean, hey, that is totally fine. me just sparing a few words here and there. I think that's more than generous, honestly.
Are you saying that it flew out of the window and across the street to land neatly in her hand?
Huh. Even my missus hasn't got a name like that.
Yes, I admit there are many details we don't yet understand. But that's the point. That's precisely why. We must not allow this trial to end. Not right now.
Oh my.
Ugh. Mrs. Garridip, your answer, please. Have you seen this knife before or not?
Oh wow, did you hear that? Holy shit.
Oh,
In Galaxy Oatmeal, thank you for becoming a member. Ah, she is out.
My lord!
Oh, okay. It was...
My lord, I wish to change my decision. I'm a woman of my word, after all.
Thank you, madam.
Yes, I agree. I certainly didn't see this coming, but I just don't think it would be right for this trial to come to an end now with so many unanswered questions.
Mr. Foreman!
I'd have to agree. Not that I think the granny did it, mind.
Yes, you know what? I'm not quite happy about this at the moment either.
All together now, ladies and gents.
Well, that's a lot of them. Look at that.
We did it!
Oh, congratulations, Mr. Naruhodo!
So, as a result of the defense's summation examination, members of the a number of jurors' leanings have changed. 2 jurors called guilty against 4 now calling innocent. Accordingly, the opinion of this court is divided. And this trial will continue.
Hell yeah, scraping it back from the brink yet again, baby. And then Van Zeke says something and it's guilty again. I know, like, I'm halfway expecting it at this point.
Now then, Lord Van Zeeks, how does the prosecution wish to proceed?
This trial is rapidly descending into a farce. Kitten, Daddy's going to kill himself. Like a corked wine. The first few sips are bitter enough. But what follows is so repugnant it's good for nothing save the gutter.
If I may, Lord Van Zeeks, the defense has just put forward a credible alternative explanation for what happened.
Credible. Is that your considered opinion, Mr. Foreman? The defense's argument is a joke to which I barely know how to respond, but let me start by insisting that you must all familiarize yourselves better with the relative positions of those places being discussed.
What do you mean by that? What's his angle this time?
It should already be more than apparent that between the crime scene and the Garridip household runs a rather wide street, Briar Road. Which means that the distance from the Garridip's house to the scene is some... yes, 15 yards.
Let me see, 15 yards. That's around 14 meters.
14 meters? Oh, that's a little farther than I'd imagined.
And, as you ladies and gentlemen of the jury rightly noted as having portentous significance, the 4th book was found in the victim's clutches. In other words, the smouldering book wantonly hurled by the lady of the house travelled some 15 yards, to land on the opposite side of the road, neatly between the collapsed victim's fingers and thumb. Is that your final conclusion, my learned and deluded friend? And did the jackknife follow a near identical trajectory to plunge into the middle of the victim's back? This fantasy is somewhat stretching the notion of having a bad day for the victim, I think. Even those pathetic serialized detective stories have more believable plots.
There's nothing I can say to that. We're in an Ace Attorney game after all. That prosecutor loves the sound of his own voice. Mr. Soto.
Serialized detective stories are pathetic, are they? How dare he?
Maybe let's pick our battles here.
My lord, might I be allowed to speak?
As judicial assistant, you may speak for the defense, yes. Go ahead.
The prosecution may consider the idea a fantasy, but what the defense has postulated was believable enough to persuade the jury to change its leaning. And as such, the court has a duty to explore this alternative explanation as thoroughly as possible. To that end, juror number 4, Mrs. Joan Garridip. Joan Garridip.
I don't know why I said Joan.
Must be called to testify and submit to cross-examination.
Saints alive! A cross-examination of a juror?
Yeah, these two have just been standing there for like an hour at this point. They're like, do we have to be here? Or are we supposed to just still be standing here this whole time? Can we like sit down?
Order! 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 Well, this is highly irregular. It is unprecedented for a member of the jury to be summoned to the witness stand.
Objection!
And unnecessary.
Lord Van Zeeks?
There are already witnesses in the stand whose testimony the defense may further cross-examine. If my learned friend's farcical theory has any truth in it, and both a burning book and a jackknife must have flown through the sky before this couple's eyes. And we must assume they'd be able to testify accordingly.
What say you, witnesses?
Yes, sir. Constable Rowley Beat reporting for duty, sir.
Oh. Good morning, officer.
Sorry for dozing until now. Sir, I haven't slept for a month on account of a villain who's appeared on my beat, sir.
Oh, they're so heroic, these London bobbies.
Patricia, my darling, I've been neglecting you, but no more.
Oh, Rowley, my hero, you make me swoon.
Very well. I hereby reject the defense's request.
Oh.
And order the witnesses in the stand to testify again. State forthwith, before the court, any details pertaining to the defense's alternative explanation of events.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Crocogator said, fighting the secret boss of Delta in Chapter 4 in prep for tomorrow. Hope that stream gives me good luck. Good luck. Seriously. Honestly, like, as kind of, like, obviously OP as the secret boss of Chapter 3 is, 4 is, like, I could theoretically see myself doing better on it if I practice more, but unfortunately it has the Undertale mechanic that I am the worst at. For those of you who've played it, you know. So yeah, I always have a lot of trouble with that one.
This case has nothing to do with Mr. and Mrs. Garridip. Believe me, a London Bobby's good for his word. You see, sir, the windows on the top floor of the Garridip house are top-hinged casements.
Obviously, if anything had been thrown out of the window, we would have seen it. I did leave the scene to go and fetch help, but my trusty Rowley was there to make sure nothing was disturbed.
I didn't take my eye off the crime scene for one moment, sir. Nothing strange to report on that front, sir.
Well, this is quite startling. Top-hinged casement windows.
That detail was not in the police report, Constable.
Yes, sorry about that. I must have been a little drowsy.
You cannot excuse your sins with drowsiness every time, Constable.
No, sir! Sorry, but... what exactly is a top-hinged casement window?
And you. You cannot excuse your ignorance with such trite remarks, my learned friend.
Of course. Sorry.
I found it, Mr. Naruhodo. Cast your mind back to the windows in Mr. and Mrs. Garridip's room.
I don't know why that keeps tripping me up every time.
Alright, I'll try.
Okay.
So the window opens in order to allow air to circulate inside the house.
Oh!
But as it's a top-hinged casement window, it swings open along the upper edge, you see.
Like it's got a belt.
I'm glad you've rectified your ignorance. The casement window's most prominent feature is its stay, a metal bar which prevents the window from being opened beyond a certain amount.
It prevents it opening?
This is all news to me.
Absolutely correct, sir. In other words, if a book or knife would have been thrown through the open window, it would have clattered against the pane and fallen straight down to the pavement below.
Yeah, that's a problem. Meister Beyond Tubular, what the fuck? When did Nezumi start playing Peak? So, like several months ago at this point. When was the first TGAA stream? Because we did have to take that break for a little while, unfortunately, while I was moving, so that definitely... And also, it's a bi-weekly series, so, you know. Yeah, so we started playing it around 4 months ago. Something like that.
No.
You see the problem, then? Good. Your education in Windows is complete. Now we move you to Linux.
No, no! I mean, it's better for me in the long run, but oh, there's so much to learn.
I don't know why I keep fucking making Linux jokes. Like, it's specifically during Ace Attorney streams, too. I've never made a fucking Linux joke on any other stream.
There was never any possibility of either the book or the knife traveling 15 yards over the road. That is, unless the window pane had been shattered, something we've discounted already.
That can't be!
Did you see that, Rowley? That young Japanese man just collapsed in agony.
Oh yes, my darling, I saw it. I saw how he crumbled before me.
Oh, Rowley, you're so strong.
What the hell are these two on about?
How is this happening? I haven't even started the cross-examination yet. Already my argument's been destroyed.
Counsel, if you could drag yourself upright again, the court awaits your cross-examination.
My lord. Oh good, another desperate situation.
Do we need to add a challenge to see if we can't mention Linux or not? Yeah, donation incentive. People will donate more money if I don't mention Linux somehow. I don't know. That's we're getting abstract now. We're getting into the weeds now. Jesus. This case has nothing to do with Mr. and Mrs. Garridib. The London Bobby is good for his word. I want to interrogate that.
How can you say that for certain? Very good question, sir. And the answer is this. It has the noble founding principles of the force written on it as a reminder to all of us policemen of our sworn duty.
He showed us that before, didn't he?
Did he? I can't say I remember. To patrol the streets of London town and uphold the peace of the common man. It's what the job's all about. And that's why I can stand here today beside my long-suffering wife and tell you a Bobby is good for his word.
God's insulting with the two. Without Linux, it cannot be seen. Oh, God. Jeez. Oh, fuck. Where's the Photoshop of Gabe Newell and the Umineko sprite style saying I always keep my promises?
Well, rubbing my tired eyes, admittedly. Sir.
Dylan, the turtle guy with the 5. The goal was met, but have my money anyway. I watched playthroughs of the fan translation years ago. It's awesome to hear this game with your fun voices. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Oh, Rowley, you're so manly.
Of course I am, my darling Patricia. Oh, Pat.
Oh, Rowley.
No, none of this is what I meant. I meant, how can you say for certain that this case has nothing to do with Mr. and Miss Garridib? Ah, I see, sir. You should have said so earlier, sir. Yes, well, so could you answer the question? That was a waste of time, then. Absolutely, sir. I will answer it to the fullest of my ability, sir. There's a surprising reason why Mr. and Mrs. Garridib's domestic dispute can't be related to this case. But before I get into that, sir, just one thing. Yes? I'd very much like you and your countrymen to understand the great British institution of Scotland Yard. So I hope you'll take back some tales of us London bobbies and how we uphold our guiding principles. I wasn't planning on going back just yet. I've only just arrived here. So to that end, sir, I'd be happy to lend you my warrant card for your perusal.
Actually, yes. Let me see that, please.
But I must warn you, you won't be able to get through it without shedding a few tears.
Thank you. I'll try. Okay. Good. That's good. That's important. Probably. Okay, so let's take a look at it. Item number 1. A policeman will strive to preserve the peace within his allotted beat. Item number 2. A patrolling officer is expected to walk 20 miles around his beat every day for the furtherance of community relations. Item number 1. Oh, okay, wait. So that's Principles of Policing. This is Metropolitan Police Regulations. Item number 1. Any crimes fall under the jurisdiction of the beat in which they are discovered. Item number 2. When a crime is discovered on his beat, a policeman must assist with initial investigations and help detectives. Wait a minute. So that immediately... Okay, to me, I'm immediately thinking there, if he's walking by and there's a fucking fire going on inside of this place, that should be visible. Like, if they have their window even cracked open, even if it is the specific type of window, there should be smoke coming out of it, like, visibly. I know it's, like, kind of foggy outside and all that stuff, but, like, I don't know. I feel like there's you see that, right? Like, that's something that you would notice. So why would he walk by while that's happening and not be like, oh shit, there's a fire going on. Oh my god, I have to help with that. That's the thing that I immediately think of. Okay. Interesting. Top floor of the yard or top hinge case. Obviously, if anything had been thrown out of the window, we would have seen it. I did leave the scene to go fetch help, but my trusty Rolly was there to make sure nothing was disturbed. I didn't take my eye off the crime scene for one moment. Saw nothing strange to report on that front.
Hold it!
Nothing to report. That's correct, sir. I had my eyes wide open the entire time, never looked away for a second. No one else approached the scene and nothing was removed from it. I can swear to that on the yard's honor, sir. Really? That seems a little strange. Beg your pardon, sir? Strange, sir? This seems altogether regular to me. This burnt copy of The Lion's Pride was originally in the Garridip household, so the question remains, how did it find its way into the hand of the victim? Can you shed any light on that, seeing as you were at the scene of the crime the entire time? Aha! Could it be a different copy, sir? One that just happened to be burnt as well? Even if that were possible, why would the victim have been gripping a book like that in her hand? As we can see from this photographic print, she had a bag over her shoulder. Well, sir, that book was in the lady's hand from the moment we arrived at the scene. Is that so? There's something about this statement that's not sitting right with me. Two mysteries of how that knife ended up in her back and how that book ended up in her hand. There must be some common thread between them.
Okay, so yeah.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Naruhodo. I had no right to speak out.
What do you mean?
I requested the cross-examination of Mrs. Garridip without consulting you, even if the judge did deny me.
Oh, I see. Well, I agree with you. We do need testimony from Mrs. Garridip. If we're ever going to get to the truth of this matter.
Do you really think so?
Well, think about it. No matter how far it is across the road or how the window opens, Mr. Garridip's book found its way to the scene of the crime somehow, didn't it?
You're right.
And then there was Mrs. Garridip's reaction to me showing her the knife. The woman's hiding something, I'm sure of it.
You're right again.
We need to use this cross-examination to uncover more clues. We'll get to the bottom of this one way or another, I swear.
Yes.
Okay, so let's save. I'm gonna go out on a limb and try that. I don't know if it's going to be that specific piece of evidence with this specific statement, but I mean, we did get it during this testimony, so.
Objection!
Nah, that's not it. Okay, hold on. Let me look at that again real quick. Do you need Miss Scarab if we're going to get to the truth of this matter? Found its way to the scene of the crime somehow. Then there was Mrs. Garridip's reaction to me showing her the knife. The woman's hiding something, I'm sure of it. Yeah. Okay. I mean, is it... It's not gonna just be as simple as being like, yeah, but it's their book, right? I don't think so, but...
Objection.
No. Yeah, it's not that. Let's press on that too, actually. Let's just press a little bit more and see what happens.
By which you mean they don't open fully, is that correct? Yes, sir! They're just there to allow a bit of air through the house, you see, so they're restricted as to how much they're open.
Therefore, anything thrown out of the window from inside the room would simply strike the pane and fall to the street directly below. For clarity, allow me to mark the map. There, the location where objects would have fallen.
Yes. Directly opposite the scene of the crime on the other side of the rather wide open road.
Would it have been so hard for somebody to mention this top-hinged casement thing before? Well, I have another question for you, Constable. And what would that be, sir? How do you even know? Why would you have any idea what sort of windows Mr. and Mrs. Garridib's house is furnished with?
That's actually a good question.
Well, sir, that's very simple. You see, I helped with the investigation yesterday.
Yes? What's going on here?
Do you have something to add, Mrs. Beat?
Sorry?
You look, well, delighted. Is there some particular reason for that?
Oh, I was just remembering, that's all. We really were so lucky.
Lucky? What do you mean?
Well, of course I feel terrible for the poor woman who was attacked. Don't misunderstand me, please. But we were just so lucky it didn't happen on Rowley's beat. We're so close, you see.
Oh, I hadn't realised.
Oh, yes, that street, Briar Road. That's the boundary between Rowley's beat and the next one.
Wait a minute, that's an interesting statement.
Isn't that right, my love?
Constable Beat. Oh, yes, that's right. That's the reason I was helping out with the interviewing the occupants of the Garridib household yesterday.
Who do you think, which Danganronpa character would be easiest to beat in a one-on-one fight? Shit, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I feel like Teru Teru is not too hard. You can't just judge it on size though, because some of those small characters are fucking demons. They could rip you in half. No, I would not say Saionji at all. I mean, like, Saionji is, you know, she's not so great with some things, but like, no, she'd go crazy mode on you. She would delete your entire existence. Himiko, maybe, yeah. Definitely not Fukawa. Fukawa, no. Listen, she sneezes once and you're fucking dead. You're fucking dead as hell. Soda, maybe. I mean, like, Soda isn't that tough, I guess. He probably wouldn't want to put up much of a fight. Yeah. I don't know, it probably would be somebody like Teru Teru, I guess. Chihiro, maybe. Oh my god. There goes the thunder again. What a great conversation. Sorry, we had to talk about this for a second. I was curious to feel this out of my mind, actually. The stink bug from Ultra Despair Girls. I mean, I guess true. I guess. Although considering that thing has survived a fucking apocalypse, presumably, so I mean, you know. Who knows? Anyway.
That's the reason I was helping out with interviewing the occupants of the Garridib household yesterday. Their house is on my beat, you see, sir.
That really was cutting it close then.
Constable, I wonder if you could clarify something. If the Garadep household is on your beat, does that mean that the pavement next to it is as well?
Outside Mr. Garadip's house? Yes, ma'am. Pavement on that side of the road's part of my beat.
Okay, that makes sense then. So yeah, the thing that I was just thinking about doesn't apply. Because that side of the street is on his beat. And that would also explain why he didn't run over there, because he's like, not my fucking problem. Not on my job. That's not part of my tasks.
I see. I was unaware of that.
Just think, if the woman had been attacked just on the other side of Briar Road, we would never have been able to go for that meal to celebrate our wedding anniversary. We would have never been able to go for that meal to celebrate our wedding anniversary. But that's the life of a bobby, after all.
Extraordinary people are bobbies, tirelessly working for the benefit of all Londoners.
Do you know what I think? I think it was the good Lord's way of rewarding my Rowley for all of his hard work.
That's a crazy way to look at a stabbing. It's like, wow, it sure was good of God to let that woman be stabbed on the other side of the road. Good Lord.
Don't you think so, my darling?
That must be it, Pat, my love. That must be it. I think perhaps we should make sure we have that information officially on record.
Leave it to me, Mr. Naruhodo. I'll take care of it immediately.
Case files information has been updated in the court record. Oh, interesting. Okay, let's look at that. Thank you, nice 15. I appreciate it. Okay, so... Wait. Yeah, so east side of Briar Road. Reporting officer, Rolly Beat. Yeah, Yeah, okay. I guess it's just the thing that says east side then that was updated. Okay. Interesting.
Now it's my turn, I think. Can I ask you something? Please, Mr. Lawyer, sir?
Oh, yes, of course. What is it?
You're doubting us, aren't you? I can tell.
What? I wasn't really... I mean, what's she doing?
Please, just because I'm a woman, it doesn't make my testimony any less valuable. You might just see me as the wife of a policeman, but I'm a woman of my word, I am.
I really don't remember ever suggesting that I doubted you.
No excuses, I don't want to hear it. My voice will be heard. My lord, you'll let me speak, won't you?
Yes, Mrs. Beat, I will allow you to supplement your testimony if you so desire. Sometimes the path of least resistance is the sage one.
That was a very loud mutter.
I heard that. That Japanese man thinks a policeman's wife's word counts for nothing, does he? Well, watch out, sir. I might let you get away with something like that, but my Rowley won't.
Duly noted, Mrs. Beat. Please, I humbly ask you to continue.
What could she possibly be about to say, I wonder?
Okay.
I know what I saw. My eyes never let me down. My sense of direction is a little off sometimes, though.
Is it now? What do you... What? Oh, shit. What do you mean by that? Can you elaborate on what you mean by that?
Hold it!
Is it a mirror situation?
Mrs. Beats, nobody's questioning what you've told us.
I saw it, I did. That evening. I saw it clearly. That little Eastern man with the whiskers and the funny curved back, slinking away from the scene. And I know what I didn't see as well. I didn't see any flaming books or knives flying through the sky.
All very clear. You also mentioned something about having a poor sense of direction?
Oh, yes, well, that's a little embarrassing, really. I'm always ending up at the wrong place when I've made arrangements to meet Rowley. He gets ever so cross.
Excuse me.
Uh-huh. Constable Beat, is there a problem? No, sir. No problem, sir. Did your wife's remark just now bring something to mind, perhaps? Oh, well, in a way, sir, yes, sir. Well, I was just remembering that the same thing happened that evening is all. You mean Mrs. Beat lost her way? On the night of the incident? Well, you see, I sent her off to find a police box in the next beat over from mine. But she was gone a fair bit longer than what I was expecting. I thought she'd be back inside 10 minutes, but my darling was gone a good 15.
Oh, Rowley, you're such a tease.
The reason I was...
The reason I was so long was because of the bouquet, silly.
Okay. Oh, hold on. Oh, shoot.
Hold on, sorry, I have to reply to an important family text real quick. A family member of mine is currently giving birth at the moment, so you know, channel all of your energy into assuaging that pain. Lift your arms spirit bomb style for me, if you will. Anywho, sorry, what bouquet are you talking about?
Oh, it was a present for our wedding anniversary. Rowley's so romantic. He saved up for it with farthings and halfpennies, and he found in the gutter while doing his rounds.
Yes, how romantic.
I'd forgotten all about it until just now. Had you, my darling? Had you, my darling?
Ah! Uh-huh. Oh, yes. But that was just between us. You're talking about it to anyone else, darling. You have to promise.
Really? Oh.
What was that all about? Constable Beat looked very obviously troubled during that exchange.
I'm afraid I can't offer any useful insight, Mr. Naruhodo. So I'm quite sure of one thing. You have to ask Mrs. Beat about the bouquet.
I'll relay your messages. All right.
Mrs. Beat, this bouquet you just mentioned. I'd like you to add details about it to your testimony, please.
Oh, really? Yes, I'd love to. What happened was I dropped my bouquet and ended up losing my way for a while.
Interesting. I'll look at our evidence again real quick. Okay. Yep, that's a baby. That is indeed a baby that I am seeing in that picture. Aw. Considering when I was texted, that was actually relatively fast. That's kind of surprising to me. Well, anyway. Good to hear that it went well, though. Okay, oh my god, wait, you're right! You're right, Fuzzy! The baby does share a birthday with Sonic, that's true! I'm gonna have to tell her that later. Oh, that's gonna be so funny. That's gonna be so funny. I'm definitely gonna have to tell her that later, that's so funny. Okay. Dropped my bouquet and was lost for a while. And we don't have anything on the thing talking about, like, any kind of florist or anything, so I don't know about that. I'm gonna press, maybe.
You mean you dropped the bouquet at the scene of the crime?
Yes, that's right. Oh, I was so upset. When we ran over and saw it was a woman with a knife in her back, I was so shocked I dropped the bouquet Rolly gave me. It was in a dark spot where the streetlights weren't casting any light, so I didn't notice it first.
And then you went to the police box to report it to the policeman whose beat it was on.
Yes, and I came back to the scene together with the other constable, you see.
Okay, so that is interesting, though, because she says that she dropped it there, but the pictures were taken, there were no flowers there.
That's when I spotted my bouquet again, but the funny thing was, when I went to pick it up, it was nowhere near the victim's body at all.
Oh, yeah, okay, interesting.
In case you need reminding, Mrs. Beat, the victim is not deceased.
I was all flustered for a moment before I heard a voice calling me from the other side of the road.
Your husband, presumably.
That's right, silly me. I'd gone over to the wrong side of the street.
Uh-huh.
Although I'm going to blame the bouquet this time, I can't think how it got there. I really can't.
So the bouquet somehow moved from one side of Briar Road to the opposite.
Curious indeed.
Isn't it? But the worst of it is, I forgot to pick the bouquet up again when we left the scene. That beautiful rose Rolly bought me, with that change from the gutter he spent so long collecting.
By bouquet, did you perhaps mean this sorry solitary rose?
Oh, yes, that's it! That's the bouquet Rolly bought me for our anniversary, with old bits of change he found in the gutter.
Maybe just call it a rose?
Tell us, Lord Van Zeeks, where did you come by the flower?
According to the report by the police officer in charge of this crime scene investigation, it was found on the edge of the pavement in front of the Garadib household.
In front of the Garadib's house?
Although it wasn't noticed until the morning, as it lay where the street lamps cast no light. It was believed to be of no relevance to the case, since it was found on the opposite side of the thoroughfare.
Oh, thank you, sir, thank you. Could I have it back now, please?
No, I think for good measure this rose should be added to the court record as evidence.
Oh.
So that's interesting, though, because that would mean that the body might have moved. If that's where she dropped... Well, because she said that it ended up on the other... I don't... Yeah. Something's getting moved around here, though.
But it's a symbol of our love. I want it back after the trial. Do you hear me? I want it back.
Good grief! Rest assured that I shall do my very best not to forget, Mrs. Beat.
Okay. Interesting. Donation goal for Penguin Colony and Desktop Explorer playthroughs where you can't mention Linux. Oh, jeez. Okay. Let's look at the rose for a moment.
It's very stylish paper the flower's wrapped in, isn't it?
It's just an old newspaper, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh, I suppose it's not because I'm used to seeing English print. It looks so exotic to me.
I see.
Is something wrong?
Oh, no. I was just thinking that if you wrapped a stone-baked sweet potato in English newspaper, it might look like some sort of fancy cake.
Susato-san, you do love your cakes.
Okay.
An English rose. Such a beautiful flower.
This is a rose, isn't it? This is a rose, is it? I've never seen one before.
Do you not take an interest in flowers, Mr. Naruhodo?
I wouldn't say that exactly. I do know 3 types at least.
Cost 3?
Yes, plum blossom, peach blossom, and cherry blossom.
Perhaps you should consider branching out, learning some that aren't so fruit tree based, for example.
Okay, that's the same dialogue. Trying to see if there's anything else in particular that's worth noting. Very stylish paper. No. Not really anything else particularly of note about it, to be honest. I mean, unless I can investigate something about that, but it's very... yeah, I don't know. Nah, it doesn't look like it. I think that's it. I think that's all we're getting out of that. Present from Rolly. Shock of seeing the stabbed victim caused Mrs. B to drop the rose where she stood.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo, what do you make of all of this?
Yes. The whole idea of an invisible attacker has been troubling me all along. But I believe I'm starting to get a picture of what really happened here now. The 4th book that had no business being at the scene of the crime made me sure that Mrs. Garrideb was hiding something from us. But it's becoming increasingly clear that someone else has been hiding something from us as well. I think I may already be armed with everything I need to strike a decisive blow here. This time, it's going to expose the whole truth about this mysterious affair.
Wait, okay. What this is? Would have seen it. Did leave the scene to go fetch help. Rolly was there. Eyes off the crime scene. I'm actually not really sure. I'm kinda stuck right now. I'm not entirely sure what to present where. Pavement where the victim was found lies just outside of Constable Bede's border of which runs down the middle of Briar Road. Okay. Well, I mean, okay. I guess she's saying that nothing was disturbed because he was there looking at it the whole time, but then in that case, why did the rose move? I guess might be a good question to ask.
Objection!
No, shit. Didn't work. Fuck. Damn. Shit. Actually, I can't remember when I last saved, so I'm just gonna save there anyway. Obviously, if anything thrown out the window, we would have seen it. I mean, I feel like we're just getting pedantic here, but like maybe not necessarily because you didn't do the ba. But no, it's not that. I didn't think it would be. I know better. Reservoir's word. Stop where the period of house or top edge case. Leave the scene to fetch help. Happened once I dropped my bouquet and ended up losing my way for a while. Take my eyes off the privacy. Oops. I don't think it's gonna be that either. No, it's not. Yeah, shit, I'm kind of stuck. Yeah, usually we have the no backseating rule, but if anybody wants to give any kind of hint right now, feel free, because yeah, I'm kind of stumped on this one, and I do want to keep it rolling. No pun intended. I'm so fucking funny. The fact that I've played this game multiple times and yet I'm just as stumped. It happens sometimes. It's Ace Attorney. Forgot how this goes myself when I'm only half paying attention. Fair enough. Something about the crime scene's location. I mean, I definitely assumed it was probably that. Pretty sure you're on the right track with the moving rows. Okay. I guess it's just a matter of what statement. Last statement rows, I think. I thought I tried that. Did I not?
Objection.
Okay, I guess I didn't. But that was it. Well, yeah, I was pretty much guessing at the correct thing. It was just a matter of figuring out what to put it on.
You claim, Constable Beat, there was nothing to report in the 15 or so minutes you were guarding the scene. But that cannot be.
What do you mean to say?
In your testimony just now, Mrs. Beat, you explained to the court when you arrived back at the scene of the crime with the policeman assigned to that beat, the bouquet you dropped at the victim's side was no longer anywhere nearby.
Objection!
Yes, on the opposite side of Briar Road where the victim was attacked. But considering the size of that meager bouquet, a single sorry bloom can so be described. No doubt it was blown in the wind across the street, back into the gutter where it belongs.
Mika?
Objection.
But if that were the case, why did Constable Beat not testify to the fact?
No one else approached the scene and nothing was removed from it. Constable Beat swore to that on Scotland Yard's honour. But the bouquet belonged to me. It had nothing to do with the case. That's why Rowley didn't mention it, I'm sure.
No, because sadly it's not only your bouquet we're talking about here. More than one thing in this case is mysteriously the wrong way round. What are you talking about? Think about it. Besides Mrs. Beat's bouquet, there's Mr. Garridip's book. Mr. Garridip's copy of The Lion's Pride, which was thrown out of the window by his wife. Would have struck the pane of the casement window and landed here on the west side of the street. And yet, it was actually found here on the opposite side of the road, in the victim's hand. Meanwhile, according to the testimony we've heard, Mrs. Beat's bouquet should have been dropped here at the scene of the crime on the east side of the street. In fact, it's actually found here on the opposite side of the road, in front of Mr. and Mrs. Garridip's house. There's no logical explanation for those things, unless somebody deliberately moved them.
Yeah, that's what I thought we were getting to.
What are you trying to say? The way you're talking, it sounds like you think my Rolly's done something wrong. Don't you listen to a word that scrawny lawyer says. Wittering on about books and bouquets. Why should we care? It's nitpicking, that's what it is.
Oh, good. Mrs. Garridip's come round. You might call it nitpicking, Mrs. Garridip, but deliberately meddling with the scene of a crime is a criminal offense. It's called,
Tampering, Mr. Naruhodo.
The person responsible for this tampering cannot admit to it. A very subtle but compelling reason.
Objection!
Tampering. You've barely heard the term before. Tell us, my learned friend. Who would possibly have had cause to carry out such an elaborate deception?
Yes, there is someone who tampered with the scene of the crime that evening. All the evidence and all the testimony points to that one particular person.
Counsel, I must demand that you substantiate this conjecture. Who are you saying is responsible for tampering with the scene of the crime?
Well, I mean, the thing is, Mrs. Garridip is very suspicious, but also at the same time, it feels like the only person who was left alone with the body at the time was Rolly. I don't feel like he... But he was freaking out about the thing being mentioned, too. We'll just try it and see what happens.
Take that!
Obviously, there's only one person it could have been. Constable Rolly Beat! It was you! Oh shit, okay.
What? A policeman? A member of Scotland Yard?
What nonsense! Why would my Rolly do something like that? There's no one straighter than my husband.
I mean, Patricia, it is June.
There's no one straighter than my husband. No Bobby works more tirelessly for the people of London.
Mrs. Beat, you said in your testimony that your husband asked you to go to a nearby police box to fetch the officer on duty. 15 minutes that you were absent from the scene is the only opportunity anyone had to tamper with it.
You're making it up. It's all nonsense. It's all lies. What about that Japanese man with the whiskers? I bet it was him. He did it.
If that was true, Constable Beat would have seen him do it.
Oh, and forgive me for pointing it out, but when you dropped your bouquet, Mrs. Beat, it was after the defendant had fled the scene. Well...
Objection!
First you make accusations about the landlord and his wife, and now you incriminate a policeman as well.
Kirby with the 5. An Ace Attorney game with a cop doing something wrong? Day ending in Y. Yeah.
Your accusations lack one very important thing. You claim the crime scene was tampered with. There's only one reason anyone would commit such a reckless crime: to hide something.
That's right. He's right. But my husband and I just happened to be there, that's all. So why would we have anything to hide? It doesn't make any sense.
You've offered no motive for this alleged tampering, and until you do, your accusations are nothing but empty threats. Constable Beat had a very good reason for wanting to tamper with the scene of the crime. That's the key to this entire affair.
Mr. Naruhodo, have you managed to solve this mystery?
Counsel, you've made a very serious accusation against a London police officer. If you're mistaken, I'm sure I need not point out that your reputation as a lawyer will be irrevocably damaged. With that stark warning in mind, you will now explain to the court the motive for this alleged tampering.
Yes, my lord. Constable Beat's motive for tampering with the crime scene was to hide?
I would assume the bouquet because I would imagine that he didn't want his wife to get in trouble. He didn't want anybody to see the thing that she had like her hands on, that has her prints, that belongs to her, sitting right next to a corpse. because that would automatically put suspicion on her, is what I assume.
Where the bouquet fell to the ground. That's what he had to cover up at all costs.
And why exactly?
Oh, well, of course, the reason is,
Do you have something to hide, my learned friend? For it seems you're unwilling to share the reason with the court. Or could it be perhaps that no reason exists?
oh, okay, shit, I was wrong.
Okay, I guess I'll load back. Okay, well, never mind. You don't give a shit about your wife. Well, then in that case, I guess the victim, because... Yeah, let's try that.
But the victim fell to the ground. That's what this Bobby had to cover up at all costs.
What?
Where the victim fell? You mean where she was attacked? What are you talking about? We've told you for the very start, didn't we? On the pavement of Briar Road. We saw it happen, remember? It was right here, as if anyone didn't already know.
That's certainly what everybody's been led to believe. But in fact, that isn't where the victim was stabbed at all.
What? What?
Yeah, okay. I see where we're going with this now.
I'm beginning to wonder where this tumultuous trial will end, Counsel.
If that's your assertion, the court's dying to know, my Nipponese friend. Where are you proposing that the crime actually took place that evening?
Well, I mean, okay. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty obvious then.
Take that!
But that...
On the opposite side of the road?
I don't understand.
On the evening in question, Mr. Garadib's book fell directly from the open window above.
Oh yeah, there are no victim fingerprints in Victorian England. That's a good point. I don't know why I didn't think about that. I mean, granted, you can still say without fingerprints, it's like, oh, it belonged to her. That's what I was more thinking of. I wasn't necessarily thinking of its relation to fingerprinting, but fair enough point.
Mr. Garadib's book fell directly down from the open window above. Your bouquet, Mrs. Beats, never moved at all. What did move was the scene of the crime itself.
Good gracious!
People didn't have fingers back then. Yeah, that's true. We invented those much later.
Perhaps you haven't been listening to the ample testimony the court has heard. But these witnesses both saw the moment the attack took place.
That's right. I saw it with my own eyes.
It's 5 o'clock in the evening and already dark. It was the typical London fog on the ground. You saw the incident unfold and ran to the victim's aid. That was actually on the west side of Briar Road.
No, that's not true. It can't have been.
Constable Beat then arranged for you to overlooked one thing.
Well, I think we just blipped for a second there, didn't we? Everybody good? Are we back? Yep, we're good. Huh. Okay, well, let's hope that it doesn't do that shit again. I'm just to be safe, I'm gonna reread the last couple of lines.
Constable Beat then arranged for you to be absent for a while by sending you for help. And during the 15 minutes you were away, he transplanted the crime scene. He moved all the things shown in this print. The victim herself, the 4 books. He moved everything, in fact, to the pavement on the east side of Briar Road.
Extraordinary.
The constable overlooked one thing.
What? What did he overlook?
Bouquet, I presume.
Exactly.
The prosecution told the court just a few minutes ago about the discovery of the rose bouquet. Lord Van Zeek said it wasn't noticed until the morning, as it lay where the street lamps cast no light.
Yes, it couldn't be seen in the dark, obviously.
Which is why it was only the bouquet. It was found in its original position on the pavement on the west side of Briar Road. And that is the defense's theory about what really happened that evening. How do you respond, Constable Rowley Beat?
Uh-oh. Are we gonna get Roly unleashed? Roly poly? Okay, never mind. Blue-eyed stare.
Well, I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to nod off again. But I haven't slept properly in a month. Did I miss anything important?
Oh, Rowley. It isn't true, is it? What that lawyer said is all lies, isn't it? I know it is, because you're the most upstanding, righteous man I know.
I had a dream, a terrible dream. All the things I did that night, everything come out, everything exposed.
Uh-huh.
Only it seems it wasn't a dream at all.
Good golly! Order! 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 What on earth is the meaning of all of this?
Oh, Rowley, why? Why would you do something like this? Moving a corpse is a criminal offense, isn't it?
Wishing the victim dead should be one too.
Constable, explain yourself. Why would you do this? As a respected member of Scotland Yard, your duty is to protect the good people of London Town.
I can't say, sir.
What?
I really am ever so sorry about all this. Damaging the Yard's reputation for everything.
I have a possible explanation for why, on that particular evening, Constable Beat felt compelled to move the scene of the crime. I can think of one reason. What? How could you possibly know? You, a foreigner, presuming to understand the mind of a Scotland Yard policeman. He's a fucking person, dude.
And yet, Lord Von Zeeks, it is this foreigner who has uncovered the startling truth of the matter thus far. I believe it would be beneficial to the court to hear this extraordinary young lawyer's theory. Counsel for the defense, if you please.
Yes, my lord.
Now then, I think you'd better show us some evidence.
At once, my lord. England, Japan. It makes no difference where you come from. Human emotions are the same. And I think I have a fairly good idea of the feelings behind this man's actions.
What gives away the motive for Constable Beat's unthinkable actions?
Okay.
So I have a, yeah. It's either one of two things, but I'm gonna try this first.
Take that!
I realize that I'm a foreigner in this land, and I've only just arrived from Japan. Which is why all this information about London's so-called bobbies is completely new to me. I've learnt that, though honourable, patrolling the beats is the most demanding work in the world, for example.
Keeping the peace, looking after the citizens on his beat in all kinds of ways. There's no doubt that the young bobby is charged with a great deal to do each day, certainly.
But for Constable Beat, the day in question was special.
Special? How?
On account of this bouquet, my lord. On account of this bouquet, my lord.
Oh, yes. It was our very first wedding anniversary.
Constable Beat had worked so hard to be able to afford this simple gift for his wife, and was so looking forward to taking her out for a celebratory meal. When he and Mrs. Beat stumbled upon a crime along Briar Road. when he saw that shadowy figure through the fog collapse on the pavement ahead of him. What must have gone through the man's mind?
But sir, just on that particular day, I was looking forward to celebrating my wedding anniversary. Mrs. Beat puts up with a lot being married to a bobby like me. I wanted to show my dear wife how much I care.
This is the warrant card that Constable Beat offered to lend me earlier. Inside, among the rules for patrolling policemen, it says, when a crime is discovered on his beat, policemen must assist with initial investigations and help detectives.
Aha!
Constable Beat.
I feel like actually I probably could have presented either of those and it would have gotten across the same point.
Is that or is that not the reason why you moved the whole scene of the crime that day?
So I was right initially. I just kind of had to do a little bit more work to get to that conclusion.
Yes. Everything you said, it's all right.
So that's it. It was all to do with the boundary of your beat.
Oh,
Exactly.
Oh, yep, I was right. You can present either the bouquet or the warrant. I see, I see.
To summarize, the incident actually occurred on Constable Beat's beat.
Good gracious! Constable, do you realize the gravity of what you've done?
It was the first time since I became a copper I'd ever cursed God. Stay close to me, Pat. The criminal could still be lurking somewhere. As we ran over to the scene, I had every intention of doing my duty as a police officer. I've got to report this to the station as quickly as possible. But then it dawned on me. I realized where we were, where the victim was lying, and what that meant for me. When the crime is discovered on his beat, policemen must assist with initial investigations and help detectives. Why here? Why did this have to happen here? Why tonight of all nights? Why? It's a copper's job to guard the scene of the crime, so I told Pat she'd have to go to the nearest police box and fetch whoever was on duty there. It was then, when I opened my mouth to speak, it just came out. I couldn't believe the words that were coming out of my own mouth. This is the next beat to mine, Pat. So you have to go to the police box that covers it. Turn right along Meersham Street and then... I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, Constable. I just wanted just that one night to take my Patricia out for dinner. Oh, Rowley. Just that one night.
Oh, wait, that was her line. Sorry, I don't know why I said that in his voice. I just got caught up in the moment, I guess.
oh, Rowley.
You knew that if the incident was on your beat, your evening of celebration would be ruined. So you decided to move the entire crime scene outside your jurisdiction. Just across the street to the east pavement of Briar Road, which falls under the neighbouring beat's care.
You see, I thought... Well, I was sure the victim was dead, you see.
I beg your pardon?
Of course he did. Otherwise, my Rowley would never have left the poor woman on the freezing cold pavement.
I see your meaning now.
God got me back for my sins, didn't he? That's why I missed the rose I bought for Pat.
Oh no, Rowley, that was my fault. I should never have dropped it in such a dark place. I'm so sorry, Rowley.
And can you tell us, Constable?
How many books did you move from the one side of the road to the other in total?
Oh, 4 it was. Yes, sir, definitely. 4.
3 of them dropped by Mr. Natsume, and the 4th being the one that fell from the window upstairs in the Garridip household, of course.
But what made you place that book in the victim's hand? And all the others were scattered haphazardly around, I mean.
Oh, well, sir, that's because that's how I found it.
Oh, you found it? What do you mean?
When we first ran over to the scene, the victim was already holding the book. So when I moved everything, I made sure it was still in her hand.
You sure it was this book, The Lion's Pride, that the victim was holding?
Oh, yes, sir. No doubt about it, sir.
Interesting. I thought it was an open and shut case at the time, you see. There were only the 2 people at the scene. Pat and me both saw it happen. However which way you looked at it, it had to be the fellow who ran off who'd done it, I thought. I couldn't see the harm, really. I didn't think moving it all over the road would make a jot of difference. I suppose this is it for me now. I've had it.
I just had a scary realization. This is unrelated to the game. I'm sorry. I have to look up something real quick. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. See, you know how I mentioned earlier in the stream that I had a family member give birth tonight, right? Well, I guess that means I'm a great aunt now. Fuck. The years crawl by. The fucking years crawl by. Oh god, I'm not gonna beat the fucking old accusations. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Fuck. Fuck. No, chat. Oh, jeez. Fuck. Oh, man. Oh, man. I am actively withering away as we speak. That's true. That's true. God damn. Oh, man. All right, let's continue. I don't want to think about that anymore. Goat and dog. When I first started school at the age of 5, a kid in my class was already an uncle, so that doesn't make you old. Yeah, you know, fair enough. Thank you for validating me. Why isn't this stream in black and white? You shut your mouth. That was really funny. I hate you. Oh shit, you got me with that one. You just fucking got me. Oh man. Oh jeez.
My lord.
Yes, Lord Van Zieks?
I believe that concludes the cross-examination of the witnesses. Constable, you may withdraw.
Yes, sir!
Mr. Prosecutor, sir, what will become of my Roly? What will happen to him?
For now, you're free to go home. The police will contact you in due course.
Please, don't punish my husband. This was all my fault. It's because I'm always moaning at him for coming home late.
Leave it now, Pat. Let's go home. I'm tired.
All right then, my love.
One last thing, Constable.
Sir?
Let this be a lesson to you. In a criminal investigation, every detail matters, however insignificant it may seem to you.
Yes, sir.
Carve that lesson in your mind. Never again make the mistake of tampering with the scene of a crime.
Never again, sir? You mean to say...
Leave. Now. This trial's not yet over.
Sir!
Well, quite a startling revelation, I must say. Whoever thought of a third party transplanting the entire scene of a crime like that?
Indeed, my lord. Nevertheless, there are some immutable facts here. Principally, that the accused Mr. Soseki Natsume is the only person who could have possibly committed the crime.
Objection!
No, I disagree. Now that we know the true scene of the incident, there's someone else. Another person who could be responsible for the knife in the victim's back.
Forgive me for being presumptuous, but I believe the prosecution's probably well aware of this possibility already.
Lord Van Zeeks, is this true?
Very well. Name the person, if you will, and if further investigation's warranted. The prosecution has no objection to the trial continuing.
You will name this other person who could have perpetrated the crime.
I feel like it's pretty obvious by this point. Because if it was close enough to the Garretips' house, then it would be possible for the knife to fly out the window. Therefore...
Take that!
The defense would once again like to request the cross-examination of a new witness, my lord.
Once again?
My assistant made the same request earlier. In order to finally reveal the truth about this case, it's imperative that we cross-examine juror member number 4, Mrs. Joan Garretip.
Me? Me? Oh, dearie me.
Objection!
That request has already been denied.
Objection!
But the situation is very different now. Mrs. Garretip, answer me this. What do you want now, you little toad? At the time of the incident, you were engaged in a violent argument with your husband, Mr. John Garretip. In the course of the argument, a minor house fire was ignited. To clear the smoke from the room, your husband opened a window that looks out over Briar Road. Well, what of it? You threw this book at your husband when he was cornered with his back against the window. Upon striking the pane of the open top-hinged casement window, the book plummeted directly down, finding its way to what we now know to be the true scene of the incident. Yes, and as I said, what of it? During the argument, you were beside yourself with rage. As such, you threw not just books, but anything you could lay your hands on. So, let me ask you one more time, Mrs. Garretip. This knife, when removed from the victim's back, have you really never laid eyes on it before? I don't recall it. Seriously? Am I supposed to remember everything I picked up and threw at my husband? And anyway, the man over there in all that regalia said members of the jury needn't testify, didn't he? Conveniently, yes.
Objection!
No, I have no recollection of saying that at all. Juror number 4.
Oh,
Make no mistake, you jurors are not special in any way. You're not immune to the judicial process. If you know something about this knife, madam, let the truth come out.
but that's just a common or garden knife. It could have come from anywhere. We have several like that at home. If one went missing, how would you expect me to know? What's that?
Are you joking? What are you saying? Please, Mrs. Garretip.
Now you listen to me. I refuse to believe all this nonsense. I couldn't bear the thought that I'd injured someone. Do you hear? I couldn't bear it. Oh, the poor woman. So, yes, I want evidence. I want to see hard evidence if you're going to insist on this being my fault. You're going to have to prove it to me that I threw that knife if that's what you think. Come along now. Chop chop. Do your worst. Well, Mr. Naruhodo? If I had evidence like that, believe me, I would have thrown it at her already.
Then take the stand, juror.
Oh!
The prosecution does not object to the defense's request to cross-examine this woman.
Thank you, Lord Van Zieks. I'm going to have to testify?
Juror number 4. As I'm sure you will appreciate, having observed it with your own eyes today. Witness testimony can lead to the most extraordinary truths being unearthed. Truths of which the witnesses themselves may not even have been aware.
Oh, dearie me.
So I demand your full and unadulterated testimony, Mrs. Garrett. And mark my words, in this court of law today, we shall extract the truth. Do you concur, counsels?
Certainly, my lord.
Oh, that's what I'm hoping for, my lord. This is such a strange feeling. For the first time since arriving in this country, it actually feels real. I'm here, in the Old Bailey, and I'm a lawyer.
Witness, state your name and occupation.
Oh, yes. My name is Joan Garrett. And I'm, I'm a juror and such like. It sounds like even she doesn't know if she's a housewife or a maid or what anymore.
The court's decided your testimony is required in order to clarify matters in this case. Do you understand, madam?
Yes, my lord.
You will tell the court everything that took place in your household on the evening in question. And I warn you, do not attempt to hide the truth.
Oh, dearie me.
Chin up, Joni. Nothing to worry about now.
Yeah, I figured it would be him.
Oh, I didn't know you were here, John.
Wasn't only you in the room that day, old thing, was it? Rather think I ought to testify as well, don't you?
But what about your knee, dear?
Don't you worry about that. Hardly notice it. I'm not the sort of chap to leave a comrade to face disciplinary action alone.
Oh, John.
I presume you're Mr. John Garrett?
Yes, sir. Former second lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment of the 4th Northumberland... Oh my god. Northumberland...
Fusiliers? I don't actually know how that's pronounced.
Sir, seen my fair share of action and now living the quiet life, as it were. Quiet life. You not engaged in an incendiary battle with your spouse on the day in question? Well, yes. Quite.
I believe this may represent a first in the proud history of the British court.
Fusiliers? Okay.
Calling a juror to the witness stand is unprecedented. However, the court will hear your testimony now, juror number 4, and that of your husband. You'll recount clearly and concisely the events in your home at the time of the incident in question.
Sir, at once.
All right. So, we're about 2 hours in, so we are going to take a quick BRB. I'm going to grab some water and stuff. We will be back in just a minute for this testimony, so stay tuned.
Alrighty, we're back. Had some watermelon in the fridge. It was delicious. I didn't realize that we did. So I might have gotten a little distracted by that for a second. You know how it is with good watermelon. Okay, anyway. Let's get back to it.
Yes, on the day you're referring to, the wife and I did have a bit of a skirmish. Can't recall the reason now. Knocked a candlestick over and set fire to the carpet. Soon had it out, though, and got the window open.
Meanwhile, I was picking up whatever I could find to throw at him.
Plenty of knives around our place. Can't say I'd noticed if one or two went missing, I'm afraid. If that bolly thing in the victim's back really was one of ours, you'd have a job proving it, I think.
It sounds as though it was quite the battlefield in your household that evening.
Although, an entirely one-sided assault, it seems. The enemy caught us on the hop, sir, and no choice but to dig in and take defensive measures. To be honest, if the enemy had kept shelling us for another minute, would have been toast. Of course, a veteran such as myself, there's only too aware that on every battlefield you're just a gnat's whisker from death at any moment.
Are we still talking about a marital quarrel here?
Well, I must say I'm dubious that this testimony will shed any light on the origins of this jackknife.
In combat, one's focus narrows such that surroundings are barely noticed. These witnesses may not be able to offer anything more than they have testified already. This may be a dead end.
Van Zieks may well be right.
Well, whatever the chances, we only have this last cross-examination to uncover the truth, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Very well, Counsel. Begin your cross-examination.
A second. I had to tell my mom that the thing about the baby sharing a birthday with Sonic because I thought that was really funny. Anywho.
Yes, the day you're referring to, the wife and I did have a bit of a skirmish. Can't recall the reason now.
Can you not really? But I don't think that's really important right this second. Knocked a candlestick over and set fire to the carpet. Soon had it out though. I got the window open. Meanwhile, I was picking up whatever I could find to throw at him. Plenty of knives around our place. Can't say I'd noticed if one or two went missing, I'm afraid. Okay. Let's press on that.
Sorry? Would you care to elaborate?
Nothing to say, really. Rather partial to a spot of carving, you see. Pipes and whatnot. Fishing tackle, you know, that sort of thing.
It's a passion we both share. I like to carve little wooden trinkets too, and then there's my leatherwork.
Sorry to say, we're always losing knives about the place. We have dozens of the things.
They sell them at the market sometimes. 20 for the price of 19. Needless to say, I've snapped them up. John prefers to use 2 knives at mealtimes too, instead of a knife and fork.
That's crazy, dude. What do you mean you use 2 knives for a meal instead of a knife and a fork?
No, Joan. Don't want people thinking I'm some kind of savage.
Here we go again with the scoldings. Why are they being so evasive?
I imagine it's because they don't want to believe it. Can't bear the thought that it might have been one of their knives that injured the victim.
Which is entirely understandable, of course. But still.
Go on with your testimony, witnesses. Sir.
Okay. Only victim thing in the victim's back is really ours. You'd have a job proving it, I think. Okay, so yes, there is the whole deal with this. Where if you open it up, there's no other identifying features on the knife, by the way, right? Yeah, there's not like an insignia or something like, oh, this is John Garridib's knife. But there is the matter of the tip. Which we already looked at before. But I don't know if we're gonna get anything on that. I do want to press on this, though.
So you have no intention of admitting it was your knife, unless we can produce proof? Even though there's no other credible possibility if Mr. Natsume is innocent? You forget, my Nipponese friend, that it has yet to be established that the accused is not responsible for the attack. As if I could forget. If only there was some way to know who had handled the knife. I suppose wizardry like that's just a dream.
Perhaps you're thinking of fingerprinting, Mr. Naruhodo.
What? You mean it's not a dream? That sort of wizardry really exists?
Whenever people touch anything, they leave behind a unique pattern from their skin. Or so they say.
But I can't see anything. There are already countries in the world where these so-called fingerprints can be used as evidence.
Oh, my mom really just fucking called me out on that one. I was like, hey, funny thing, the baby shares a birthday with Sonic. And she replied, easy for you to remember. Fucking A. Oh, jeez, that got me. I'm gonna take a sip of water. I need it. I didn't realize Sonic had a canon birthday. Yeah, they basically just treat the release date anniversary of the first Sonic game as his birthday. That's what all the social media and stuff does too. They basically are just like, yeah, it's Sonic's birthday. Jeez.
There are already countries in the world where these so-called fingerprints can be used as evidence. Lord Strongheart's currently discussing the matter at the Ministry of Justice.
Okay, so we do have a timeline of when this stuff was kind of happening. For anybody who knows the actual history here, is this relatively accurate?
Yes, I believe we're rapidly approaching an era of scientific methods of investigation.
But for now, we shall have to find an alternative method of proving our assertion. That this knife found in the victim's back was originally in Mr. and Mrs. Garridup's house.
If only I could transplant this whole incident to several years in the future. That's the extent of their testimony, is it?
What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo?
Well, I think we've heard all this before, to be honest. I can't say I'm particularly confident that we'll be able to prove anything new from this testimony.
But in this cross-examination, it's absolutely essential that we establish how this knife came to be at the scene of the incident.
Yes, I know.
I'm sure both of them must be feeling very worried. Worried that it was in fact a knife belonging to one of them that caused the victim's injury.
Are there any other pieces of evidence that, we should really be concerned about here? I don't necessarily think so. Other than the book, obviously, being, coming from their window.
We could find even a tiny shred of evidence to support that theory. It would clinch this trial for us. It would explain everything.
Yes, it would.
So for Soseki-san's sake, must find that last crucial piece of evidence.
Okay, I think, I guess it's the thing with the knife, but I'm not sure how we lead into that. But I feel like I'd be jumping the gun a little bit to be presenting it right now, but I mean, I could try, I guess. Candlestick over. Meanwhile, I was picking up wherever I could throw at him. Plenty of knives around our place. Can't say I'd notice if one or two went missing. That bally thing in the victim's back really was one of ours. She'd have a job proving it, I think. Okay, try it.
Objection!
No, it's not that. Shit. Okay. Wiki says in 1902, in France, a case was solved through fingerprints the first time in Europe, so yeah. Huh, that's really interesting. I wouldn't have thought that it was that early. I guess the more you know. Let's just press around a little bit more, I guess, for now.
Hold it!
The reason is what you told us yesterday, I believe.
Yes, that's right. If I remember correctly, it all started because of a note that was tucked into the pages of a book belonging to Mr. Garrideb.
A rather passionate note, in fact. But Mrs. Garrideb found the note, discovering her husband's little secret.
And she gave him a mighty number of slaps across the face for it, too.
What a sordid state of affairs.
Hell on earth.
I say! What a chap says he can't recall such things. It's common decent. When a chap says he can't recall such things, it's common decency not to drag it all up.
Besides, half of it was wide of the mark anyway.
A likely story. These waters run very deep.
And what transpired next after these multiple blows to my...
To the face, not my face. Why not? Fingerprinting is just finding leftover oil, essentially. I mean, yeah, I guess, but, like, I don't know. I just think of... I guess I just, like, too hung up on the modern way of doing fingerprinting or whatever, that I'm just, like, I don't know, I just associate that more with, like, modern science, I guess, or, like, at least more modern scientific techniques. But, I mean, I guess, yeah, there are ways to do it that don't involve all of that shit. So... RNG... WRLD NGNR. Sorry, I still can't remember. Like if you said there was a way to pronounce that preferably, but with the $20. James Wilson's dental report from the first case mentions a specific year, so we have a precise timeline. Other events are considerably more flexible. Oh, I misunderstood your question. No worries, no worries. I mean, like, yeah, we have a general timeline for that. I guess I was just wondering if like the fingerprinting thing was definitely around that time, or like the beginnings of fingerprinting was around that time. Okay. Knocked a candlestick over and set fire to the carpet. Yeah, let's just press on that. Oh, is it RNG World Engineer? Is that how it's supposed to be?
The fire also spread to some items of furniture, didn't it?
Bookcase, my armchair, anything of mine, really. Just so happens there was some bathwater around that evening, so I sloshed that about to put it out.
Most precarious situation you've put yourself in.
Ours is a 3-story townhouse on the west side of the street where the main water main isn't connected yet.
There is a correct way to pronounce it, but it's more fun to just let people find something that works for them. Fair enough.
To draw water from a public water pump during the day if you need any, you see.
Not quite. It's an abbreviation of Ring World Engineer. At the time I picked it, I was a big Neven fan. Less so now. Oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense. Huh. Interesting. The more you know. The reasons people choose their usernames sometimes is very fascinating to me. It's a cool thing to think about. Because a lot of people run with the same usernames for a really long time. Obviously, you know, NezumiVA is something more recent for me comparatively to a bunch of usernames I used to use as a kid. But I know some people that still use, you know, usernames from like their actual childhood to this day. So that's always neat.
The lodgers are always moaning they can't get any water at night. Although that little mustached Japanese man buys water in bottles, I believe.
The defendant, Mr. Natsume, you mean?
Yes, he receives a stipend for his studies, you know, from his home country. Can you imagine being able to brew a pot of tea at all hours? He's obviously very well off. Have you actually seen the state of the man?
I believe he uses all of his income to buy books.
Well, anyway, the point is, I was able to douse the fire with water, fortunately enough.
Meanwhile, I was picking up whatever I could find to throw at him.
Okay.
Hold it!
Even though the room was on fire?
As far as I was concerned at the time. It was more important to extinguish my anger than the flames. When a woman wants to throw, she must throw.
That is most certainly not true of a Susato takedown, Mr. Naruhodo.
How did she know I was thinking that? So, please cast your mind back and try to remember. Was a knife among the items that you threw at your husband that day? In all honesty, I don't recall. But I feel I must point out that I'm no monster. Let me see. Some bread, cabbage, garlic, a towel, and a sponge, a napkin.
Oh. Yeah, you got something to say about that?
Excuse me.
Do you have something to add, sir? Mr. Garridib.
Don't shoot!
Sorry, I beg your pardon. Did your wife's remark just now bring something to mind?
Nothing of any significance, no. Just the barrage of
I don't know why I said it like that. Barrage. Although, I don't know. Maybe with... well, anyway.
Just the barrage of projectiles the old thing launched in my direction. Somewhat more solid than she implies. Books, bricks, fire poker, I seem to recall. Ouch. The woman's aim is uncanny. She landed a direct hit with every volley.
Good grief, woman, we're not at home now. This is a court of law.
Oh, dearie me. Ever so sorry, dear. What's she even doing with a teapot in here? Honestly, John, I would never have thrown such things at you, obviously.
Well, take a look at this, then. How do you suppose that happened, huh?
Your pipe, sir?
Had this thing in my hand as usual at the time of the onslaught. Knocked it clean out with one of her soft projectiles, she did, yes. When I went to pick the thing up, it was broken in two. I'd like to see a sponge do that sort of damage.
I see. Your pipe was broken.
Would never have been sent flying unless it was hit by something pretty solid. Anyway, I've managed to bandage the thing up for now.
You're one to exaggerate, aren't you, dear?
This sucks. This relationship sucks ass. Please divorce. Holy shit. This is so bad.
I wonder what we should make of this account.
I'm gonna say it could be important.
The defense believes Mr. Garridib's remarks just now to be of great significance.
Objection!
This war veteran's words only tell us one thing. Betray a fiery wife, pipes, as well as hearts, may be broken. Sentimental wisdom, perhaps, hardly worthy of adding to the formal testimony.
Indeed. Common sense, one might say.
Might one?
In that case, would you at least permit us to examine the pipe, sir?
Well, I don't see why not.
Oh, dearie me. There you go again, trying to ingratiate yourself with a young lady.
Very well. The court will accept the gentleman's pipe as evidence.
I hope I didn't speak out of turn, Mr. Naruhodo. I was just feeling rather disappointed for you that your request was turned down.
Oh no, it's fine.
Let's look at this real quick.
It looks to be in a sorry state with that bandage around it, doesn't it? For some reason, it feels slightly ominous to me. Like it's trying to shout out a warning. Probably because it's the same blue as Mr. Garridib's dressing gown.
I suppose it must have been have considerable sentimental value to Mr. Garridib, given that he's gone to the trouble of repairing it like this.
Either that, or he can't afford to replace it.
I noticed there's a little chip in it here, too.
There's a small nick out of the bowl here. Look, it appears to have been made relatively recently.
See how there are little scrapes and dents all over it? It's clearly a well-loved pipe.
Yes, you're right. Seems to me recently that being well-loved goes hand in hand with getting some battle scars. This particular nick is catching my eye, though, because it's clearly new.
Interesting. Wait a minute. What's this now? What's that now? Asborn Phoenix won with the 5 pounds. I know this game is set in the late 1800s / early 1900s, but I don't appreciate some of this joke's cases feeling like they come from that time. Yeah, I agree.
Oh, something just twinkled inside of the chamber of the pipe there.
Yes, I saw it. Something stuck in there, I think.
Let's turn it over and give it a shake. What's this?
It's a tiny fragment of metal.
It looks like the tip of a blade or something. The tip of a blade? Surely it couldn't be.
Yeah, there you fucking go. There you fucking go. That clinches it. That's very, very obvious.
This is the tiny piece of metal we found in the chamber of Mr. Garridib's pipe.
It looks like the tip of a blade or something.
Tip of a blade?
Is something wrong, Mr. Narheader?
I don't really know. There's just something... I always...
I feel weird about saying that word. I don't like saying that word.
I can't quite put my finger on what it is.
Perhaps in that case, it would be wise to examine some of the other pieces of evidence again?
Thanks to Susato-san, we have some new evidence to work with. We should examine it carefully.
Well, thank you for that. Rebuttal, Mr. Garridib. Now, if we could return to the crux of the matter. What can you tell the court about the knife used to attack the victim?
Okay, but yeah, we can definitely get him on this one now. Only thing in the victim's bag. Yeah. I think you prove it with the actual shard now.
Objection!
Yep, there we go. Got it. Taking a sip of water.
Mr. Garridib, could I ask you to take a good look at this, please?
You can ask, but I can't see a bully thing.
You can't?
Used to call me Dead-Eyed Deb back in the regiment, of course. That was some time ago now. Even when I'm trying to enjoy a large print book by the fire these days. I struggle to tell a B from a D and a P from a Q, to be honest.
Oh, he does. Dearie me, it's rather wearing being asked about every other letter in every other word.
You must be very dizzy.
Jesus Christ, Ryunosuke.
What is that? Tiny scrap of metal?
Yes, almost certainly from the tip of a blade. And what may appear at first to just be a tiny scrap is in fact a crucial piece of evidence.
Interesting. And where did the defense come by this evidence?
It was lodged in the chamber of Mr. Garridib's pipe.
My pipe, you say? By Jove! How that got in there?
And what precisely does this fragment of metal signify, Consul? Are you suggesting that it's in some way related to the matter of the stabbing on Briar Road?
I am.
What?
Put together with another piece of evidence already in the court record. I believe this tiny fragment of metal will unravel the whole truth of this case, my lord.
You appear rather confident in that extraordinary statement, Consul. Very well, then. Present the pertinent evidence to the court. What evidence, when paired with this fragment of metal, allegedly reveals the truth of this entire case?
Obviously, it's the knife.
This is the knife that was found in the victim's back. If you look closely, you'll see that there's a small piece at the tip of the blade that's missing.
Common issue with the inferior blades sold at unsavory street markets. Criminals who use them regularly leave the tips lodged in their victims' bones.
And what of this particular knife?
I doubt its tip had suffered a similar fate, now languishing somewhere near the spine of the victim.
Objection!
No, that's not the case. The tip of this particular knife's blade is the very fragment of metal we discovered in the chamber of Mr. Garrodip's pipe.
Good grief, Lord Van Seeks. I don't believe it.
The knife from the crime scene and this fragment of metal are a perfect match.
Good golly gosh! Order! 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 Is this some kind of Eastern sorcery?
What the fuck do you mean, dude?
This is no magic, my lord. This is a miracle.
A miracle?
So Van Zieks has figured it out, has he?
Counsel, explain this extraordinary coincidence at once.
Yes, my lord. The crucial point we have to ask ourselves here is when did the fragment of metal find its way inside Mr. Garrodip's pipe?
Something that was clarified for us in the most recent witness testimony.
This thing in my hand as usual at the time of the onslaught. Knocked it clean out with one of her soft projectiles, she did. Yes. Would never have been sent flying unless it was hit by something pretty solid. Oh, dearie me.
During the argument between these two that occurred just as the victim was on the pavement below, Mrs. Garrodip flung this knife at her husband. However, the knife missed Mr. Garrodip, instead striking the pipe in his hand at the time.
Which caused the tip to break off, of course.
Good lord!
Yes, and that's when the tiny tip of the blade found its way inside Mr. Garrodip's pipe.
The chances of that are 1,000,000 to 1!
And yet there's no other credible explanation for how the tip of the blade ended up in your pipe. Then, after losing its tip, the knife ricocheted off the pipe and flew out of the open window. In short, this knife, which fell from the window of the Garrodip's house, is the very same knife that struck the victim in the middle of the back on the street below. Oh gosh! Oh dear! Oh no!
Objection!
Just imagine, like, his sophisticated ass animation, but he's doing that the whole time. Sorry, everybody who really hates mouth sounds. I apologize for torturing you like that. Yummers. I'm sorry, June. I'm sorry.
A full-bodied theory, I'll give you that. A complex bouquet of seemingly trivial points plausibly arranged to create an almost passable vintage. Allow me to toast my learned friend's characteristically Nipponese approach to bottling his argument.
Sorry?
But after all, it is just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. I mean, the bottle, I fear, is corked. Because you see...
Of course you have to fucking cunt it up.
It's spoilt by an insurmountable inconsistency.
An insurmountable...
What? Lord Van Zieks, explain yourself. What is this inconsistency you claim to have identified?
An inconsistency of the simplest nature, my lord. The victim was found with a knife planted in the middle of her back.
Yes, in her...
That's right, you silly little man!
Ouch, own old thing. What are you getting so excited about? Let us consider the basic facts of the case once more. The victim was walking along the pavement before being stabbed in the back and falling to the ground. If the knife that struck her had fallen from above, there's no possible way it could have planted itself into the victim's back.
Yeah!
Okay, but wait a minute. No, there is. I feel like there's a really, really simple explanation for that, actually. Because this literally immediately came to my mind.
there are a bunch of books on the ground. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that she dropped the books when she was stabbed. It just means that she dropped the books. So think for a moment, if you will. What is a person gonna do if they drop something on the floor? They're gonna reach over to grab it. They're gonna have to bend over to do that. I feel like this is fucking common sense. Like, that's really fucking easy. Why are we making a big deal out of this? Isn't that Natsume's books? It's not hers. I thought she had some books, right? Oh, maybe I was remembering wrong. Well, either way, she could have dropped something. It's still just like, I don't know. I feel like that's still just a really simple thing. Like, I don't feel like that's really out there to be like, oh, whoa, why would Also, a burning book came flying out of nowhere in front of her. That is true. That is true. She could have bent over to pick that up.
Order! Order!
Quite right, you see. That's exactly right. If the knife had fallen on her from above, it would have struck her on the top of her head.
Well,
These words, look. I knew it. I never liked his theory in the first place.
Oh, you guys are so fucking easily swayed.
I don't know, though, what really did happen.
It would appear the defense has made a rather spectacular blunder.
The theory has even one inconsistency. It cannot stand. Your theory, my learned friend, is history.
What are you doing the clutch for?
Yeah, my learned friend. I'm Emperor Palpatine for some reason. It seems in your anger you objected to the testament.
This is stupid. Let's move on. The Redditor post.
Yes, this Skywalker boy cannot continue his defense.
we're so close. I could see the truth. I was so sure we were on the right track. But now the way has been blocked completely by just one simple inconsistency.
Or in other words, who? Okay, it's Susato, yeah.
We simply need to eliminate that one inconsistency, and the theory will stand.
Mr. Soto,
You mustn't worry, Mr. Naruto. You were just caught off guard, that's all. And your mind went blank. But if the path you were on is indeed correct, then a way will present itself. The key to this is in the court record, I'm sure. All the information you need is in there.
Seems you have nothing to say, my Nipponese friend. Well, your silence speaks volumes. A tacit acceptance that your theory is fatally flawed.
Objection!
Well, consider. No.
this inconsistency doesn't mean I was on the wrong track. It means that I need to sharpen my mind and dig deeper for the truth. It's a test. Yes! If the knife fell on the victim from above, there's no way that it could have hit her in the middle of her back. Under normal circumstances, that is.
What are you implying?
Counsel?
There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can explain this inconsistency. It can explain how the knife that fell from above could have pierced the victim's back. You already have the answer. Goodness!
Utter madness!
Surely this must be the last time. Counsel, present the evidence of which you speak.
This is the last inconsistency, the final piece in the puzzle. If I can successfully make sense of this, the truth will be laid bare at last.
The evidence that explains how the falling knife became lodged in the victim's back is...
Okay. So I am going to go with the book because I am convinced by that explanation that she probably leaned over to pick it up once it came flying out, but we'll see how it goes. 3, 2, 1, do it.
Take that!
Fuck yeah!
This, the fourth book found at the scene. This is the final piece of evidence the defense will present.
The burnt book?
Is that not Mr. Garridip's book?
Yes, and to understand its significance, we have to consider how it came to be at the scene in the first place. This photographic print clearly shows the book in question, and the victim holding it in her hand.
But as we all know now, it's the police constable that put the book between her fingers like that.
Quite so. As part of his wholesale transplanting of the crime scene to the opposite side of the road.
That's true. However, as part of his testimony, Constable Beats made an extremely enlightening statement on that point. But what made you place that book in the victim's hand? Oh, well, sir, that's because that's how I found it. When we first ran over to the scene, the victim was already holding the book. So, when I moved everything, I made sure it was still in her hand. In other words, the victim had already picked the book up of her own volition. And clearly, that must have been before she suffered the knife wound.
Well, I should say so. After being attacked with a knife, I don't imagine she'd have been doing much of anything.
So the question becomes, why did the victim have that book in her hand?
By Django! I think I'm beginning to see what may have happened now.
Oh, dearie me.
We know that the book fell from the top floor of the Garridip household onto the pavement below. At precisely the moment the victim was walking past.
Yes, at exactly that moment. The young woman was walking along the street in the light fall, and all of a sudden, a book fell right in front of her. The book I threw? Yes, Mrs. Garridip. And what do you think the woman did? What would you do if you were walking along and suddenly a book landed in front of you on the pavement? Well, I really can't imagine it, but I suppose she might have reached down.
Yep, that's exactly what I thought happened.
And picked the book up. Yes, that's exactly what the woman in fact did. She picked up the book. Oh heavens! And when the woman reached down to pick the fallen book up, what position would her back have been in? That's right, facing the sky, completely and utterly defenseless. Then, in the very next moment, while the woman was still bent over picking up the book.
Yep.
The next object fell from the room above, the jackknife, straight into the middle of her back. And at that same time, walking by chance directly behind Miss Green, was the defendant, Mr. Soseki Natsume.
Well, I never!
It appeared to Mr. Natsume that the woman simply collapsed on the floor, in the dark and the fog. He didn't see the knife falling on her from above.
And from the other direction, the constable and his wife saw no one but the victim and her apparent attacker.
So there never was a real culprit to run from the scene in the first place.
No, this was nothing more than a series of unlikely events that culminated in an unfortunate accident. And that is the real truth behind this case! Well, Mr. and Mrs. Garridip? The very first time you showed me that knife, I had my suspicions. I wondered if perhaps it might have been something like that.
There, old bean.
Poor Mrs. Garridip.
No, Sutato, I think we can safely say that this is entirely her fault. This is a terrible case. Well, okay, no, I don't mean terrible cases in like terrible
case in the game. I just mean, like, this is a terrible circumstance that was pretty much completely set off by her. Although the case itself is like, my feelings toward it at this moment are kind of just like, it's kind of middle of the road, honestly. It's not like an awful case or anything, but I wouldn't say it's very, like, good. That's my attitude, really.
Of course, I never meant for anything of the sort to happen, but it was all my fault, wasn't it? I take full responsibility. I let my anger get the better of me. I threw that book. And I threw the knife as well. John, dear.
It's all right. I know.
I'm ever so sorry. Truly. I'm sorry!
Okay. Oh, okay, and then we have the joke about she's fat, so he can't hold her up. Okay. Great one. Good one. Yeah, I agree with Crocogators. The best moments are the ones with Natsume, because I do think like the actual dynamic between Natsume and Ryunosuke's characters is very interesting, and I do actually quite like that part, especially when they're talking in the detention. Like, that's actually really good. I like that. But or it's that he's old now and he does have a bad knee. I know, but like, still, they've taken pot shots about her weight before, and so it's like, you know, I don't think it's entirely out of the question that that's also kind of a part of what they're doing with that. It's like, you know, it's not really past what they're willing to do.
Lord Van Zeeks, what news of Mrs. Garrett?
She's been taken to the infirmary. It appeared that today's events had left her in an especially flustered state. However, I believe she'll recover in due course. There's no cause for concern.
Yes, unbeknownst to themselves, they caused what could easily have been a terrible tragedy. They shall have to prepare themselves for the consequences of their actions.
There's some good news, however, my lord. I have just one word from the hospital where the victim is being treated. Her condition is improving steadily, and the doctor believes she'll regain consciousness soon. It's strange. We've been talking about the victim all this time, but we've never once met her.
How wonderful. That woman's out of danger, it seems.
Yes, that is good news.
So, Mr. Soseki Natsume.
Yes.
On behalf of my fellow countrymen, I would like to take this opportunity to beg your pardon, sir. You came from your distant eastern homeland to study our great British culture, and have been repaid with immeasurable unkindness. Please accept our heartfelt apologies.
Yeah, Natsume's like, no. No, fuck no. I fucking hate it here. I am leaving. I am getting the fuck out of this country.
No, it is me who should be begging your pardon.
Oh, no, Mr. Natsume.
That evening, when the young woman just collapsed on the pavement before my eyes, I jumped to the wrong conclusion again in my confusion. What conclusion, sir? I was sure that the woman was dead.
Yes, Constable Beat said the same thing, didn't he? He thought she'd been killed too.
I suppose she must have looked completely lifeless.
It's been about a year since I arrived in Great Britain now, but I still can't get used to life around here. I can't relax. I'm sure there are evil spirits lurking in the fog, like they're haunting me. Oh, Soseki-san. His imagination really has got the better of him.
Yes, poor man.
So when it happened, I thought the young woman had been taken by the fog spirits. I should never have dropped my books like that and run away. I should have called for help, for a doctor, for the police! Instead, I've managed to create a rift in the relationship of trust between our two empires. And for that, I am truly sorry.
One could indeed say that some sort of mischievous spirit has been at work here, I think. One that created a chain of unfortunate mishaps. We were befooled by this spirit and led to false conclusions. But thanks to Lord Van Zeeks and our young lawyer here from the east, that chain has now been broken, and the spirit exorcised. I heartily commend you both.
Oh.
Now then, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Yes, my lord. In concluding this trial, I must ask one last time for your decisions regarding the defendant's culpability. Are you ready to present your findings to the court? As the foreman of the jury, I can assure you we've reached a fair and just conclusion.
I do declare the truth can be extremely cruel at times.
Well, I didn't suspect the woman next to me, that's for sure.
Sitting in for the old bean while she's out of action, you know, but I know what her decision would be. Does this mean I'll finally be able to get out of here and start work? Well, it's about time.
I say, I'll have a corker of a story to tell the grandchildren when I get home, won't I?
Very well. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I hereby demand your final decisions. Mr. Foreman?
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
All right, that's another case won.
Very well. Mr. Soseki Natsume, I hereby pronounce you
Not guilty.
And finally, Mr. Natsume,
Oh, yes, Lord Sir.
you're now a free man once more. It is my hope that you will continue to further your education in British culture. And may you never again be brought before me.
Oh, yes, sir. Of course. On my life. I swear I'll never set foot in a courtroom again. I'm transported to tears.
Thank you, counsels. Court is adjourned.
Actually, though, isn't when we were talking about his history before, wasn't there the whole like notable thing about him having to actually go to court to talk about like his family stuff or whatever? So that might actually be an intentional like ironic reference to that. Like, oh yeah, I'll never go to a courtroom again, except for the very notable time that you went to a courtroom.
No, please, oh, please, oh, God, oh, no, God, oh, please, oh, it hurts,
Okay. Had to get that joke in.
Oh, Locum!
Wait, you mean me?
Of course! Is there another Locum here?
Is there even one?
Compared to the original locum student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire, your name has become rather short, hasn't it?
What's wrong with using my actual name? Oh, at last! I'm free! I'm free! Joyful, joyous, jubilant jubilation! Hearty, hearty happiness, hurrah!
Oh, I'm pleased. Mr. Natsume's delighted.
Would it be so hard just to say that then?
Locum, you did it! You saved me from the brink!
Well, what happened to the poor woman was in no way your fault after all. I'm just glad everyone can see that now.
No, no, no! Not that! A lovely, loyal locum lawyer!
Yes? I mean, as I said before, I've just never got used to life here in Great Britain. Every time I look over my shoulder, I see foreigners, I see towering brick buildings, and from high up windows I see them looking down on me, laughing. Look at that little hunchback.
Oh dear, I'm sure it's all in your head, Mr. Natsume.
But today, you locum lawyer gave my gloom the boot. You stood firm behind that baronial bench before all those babbling British. You battled to the bitter end, laying bare the baffling truth. And when I beheld the blinding fireworks among the beams of the Bailey's roof, I bellowed, "Behold the best barrister ever born!"
Well, that's very flattering, and we're very pleased for you.
This has given me a wonderful anecdote to recount to my old friends back in Japan.
An anecdote? Is that what's to become of all my hard work? Who? There you are, my dear fellows.
Yeah, I should have guessed it was fucking Sholmes.
I apologize for keeping you waiting. I rose late this morning.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, what a pleasure to see you.
I see I'm here not a moment too soon. A disaster's been averted, I'm glad to say.
Oh,
Trial shall begin presently, Mr. Naruhodo, and I wish you the very best of luck.
It's just finished.
What? Oh, my haste was in vain? It's you! Herlock Holmes!
Oh? Have we met, sir?
this is Mr. Natsume, the man you had arrested, Mr. Sholmes.
Ah, I see. I failed to recognize you at first. Our previous encounters have taken place in the gloom, either of your bleak lodgings or that prison cell. I simply couldn't place that curious face in the light.
Charming.
This is all your fault, Herlock Holmes! You're the reason I had to go through this terrible ordeal! I'm going to give you a piece of my mind!
My apologies, sir, but I assure you I've placed you now. You're the fellow who abandoned that poor young lady and ran off, are you not? And she'd been taken to hospital more urgently. I feel perhaps she would have regained consciousness by now.
Oh,
But it was unavoidable, I'm sure. We're but human after all. Anyone would have been shaken by such an experience.
I do feel very badly about how I behaved.
Well, never mind. Now then, what was it you wanted to say to me, sir?
Nothing.
Priceless. Oh, I'm sorry, really, but that was quite priceless. Also, Seki-san. Still, on the bright side, you've had an extremely entertaining experience without paying a penny. And it would seem you were not even found guilty.
But there is no bright side.
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Natsume?
Even after this, I'm still cursed by the spirits and now by the Reaper!
Ah, Lord Van Seeks.
I haven't forgotten, you know, what facing that man in court means. Even if you're found not guilty, you're still doomed. It
It will all be all right, Mr. Natsume.
Huh?
If the Reaper appears trying to make trouble, I will protect you. Hiya! With a perfectly executed Susato takedown.
Much as I like being turned on my head, a bit of warning might be nice next time, Mr. Sato. So, Mr. Natsume, what do you intend to do now? You mentioned something about recounting your experiences to your friends back in Japan.
Yes, I intend to return to my homeland soon.
Oh,
It's already been a year since I arrived here in Great Britain. I've visited universities, libraries, bookshops. I've been honored with the tutelage of professors. I've learned so much about the wealth of literature here and the city it's shaped. And I've come to realize that it's my calling to sail home and tell my fellow countrymen about it. Because I want to get the fuck out of here.
that's very touching, Mr. Natsume.
Or in perhaps less veiled terms, you wish to withdraw halfway around the world to escape the terror of the Reaper's curse.
That's not it at all! The more I learn of literature, the more this strange feeling claws at my insides. I feel compelled to return to my roots and attempt to pen a work of my own.
Oh, I see. A work of literature by Soseki-san. Could be an interesting read.
Oh, so he hasn't even written anything yet here. Interesting.
What about Miss Susato and yourself, Mr. Naruto? Sorry? What about us? Will you return to Japan alongside your moustache compatriot? Why would we?
A week's not yet passed since we arrived in London. And only now does it feel as though we finally found our feet.
And you're accommodated in a hotel at present, are you not?
That's right, but we need to find lodgings before it bankrupts us.
I've calculated we can only afford another 10 nights before our entire budget's exhausted.
Hmm.
I wonder where you're going to end up.
Well then, you could take my lodgings.
Oh, the windowless room?
But what it lacks in windows, it more than makes up for with a floor, a ceiling, and walls.
Great.
And of course, I'd be happy to leave behind the accursed evil spirit.
Oh my, an evil spirit?
Mm-hmm. Oh yes. It tries to suffocate you while you sleep. It's an infallible wake-up call.
We'll think about it, if that's all right. Perhaps I can offer a more welcome alternative. Would you consider taking lodgings with me?
Really?
Well, a vacancy has conveniently presented itself. Though it is up in the attic, I might add. Are you sure it isn't just a storage loft? I spoke with the landlady this very morning on the matter of price, and Iris is cleaning the room as we speak. You must come at once. I presume you have no luggage to speak of?
Oh, this is simply wonderful! What an honor to be invited to take lodgings in the great detective's office's attic! I'm too overcome for words.
So suggesting we look elsewhere is out then? Then it's settled. Iris will prepare a welcome dinner this evening. And you must come too, Mr. Natsume. I insist.
I don't know what to say, but thank you, and yes.
Wonderful! Then I'll go and complete the paperwork for your formal release, Mr. Natsume. It shan't take long.
Somebody's happy.
Slocum, I knew that you wouldn't let me down. I'm truly delighted to have met you here in London.
Likewise, Mr. Natsume. It's been a privilege meeting you too. It's a shame that we're going to have to say goodbye so soon.
Well, I've come to realize that I belong in Japan. But Locum, we'll meet again one day.
Yes, I'm sure. But hopefully by then, I'll be a successful lawyer.
Hopefully by then, I'll be a successful author.
Well, my dear fellow, our carriage appears to have arrived. Shall we go, Mr. Naruto?
Yes, Mr. Shouts.
I've little doubt Mr. Natsume will be released in time for dinner this evening. And so, Soseki-san's innocence successfully established. We rode with Mr. Sholmes to what was to become our new home. 221B Baker Street.
No, please, I just got here. Wait, no, I just moved in, please.
So this...
It's to be our new office, yes.
Our office? I rather like the sound of that.
Me too. It's simply wonderful, isn't it?
Wow, it took until fucking the end of Case 4 to get an office.
I hope you can see this, Cosmo. It's only a small step. But I'd like to think we're getting a little closer to your dream now. So, my dear fellows, do you like the place?
Oh, hey, look at you. His hair does not look how I imagined it to under the hat. It's so poofy.
Mr. Sholmes. Yes, thank you so much.
It's a delightful room, Mr. Sholmes. I simply adore it.
Good, I'm pleased to hear it. Iris and I are delighted to welcome you.
I hope everyone's hungry. It's nearly time for dinner. We'll eat as soon as Mr. Natsumeh arrives. We have a lot to celebrate.
Iris, you must let me help you.
All right then. Susie, you can be in charge of the salad.
Splendid!
So, Mr. Naruto, how does it feel? To have your own office in the capital. It's very exciting, actually. Can't help wondering what adventures await us. Those were precisely my sentiments when I first established my office at these premises. Until I discovered the dark truth about the City of London, that is. Sorry? London's a glorious place, full of wonder, opportunity, prosperity, and mirth. But the brightest of lights casts the darkest of shadows. Shadows? What do you mean? Well, I believe you're well aware of the murkiness that lies behind London's facade already. So, once again, Mr. Naruto, welcome to London.
Kingdom Hearts.
Of course, at the time, I had no idea of the significance of those words Mr. Sholmes so casually spoke. But it wasn't long before my turn came. To lift the facade and see the true depth of the murk that lay behind it.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Interesting, interesting. Alright, give me just a second to check a couple things real quick. Mark that as red, mark that as red. Sorry, I just had like several notifications that I wasn't sure what they were, so I wanted to check them real quick. Okie dokie, I think that should be everything. Alrighty. Okay. Save my current progress. Is. Alright. So, yeah, I did promise that I was going to start episode 5 tonight. So we are going to start it. I don't necessarily know how long we're going to be going at it, but we're at least going to start it. So, let's get to it. The Adventure of the Unspeakable Story.
It's coming! Sholmes's cry pierced through the thick wall of fog around us.
So yeah, obviously
Mists of
the
vapor flowed over the pistol as I cocked it, and I waited breathlessly.
Hound of
in the
Baskerville.
stillness. The silence lasted for what seemed an eternity, until, at last, it appeared. From the shadows of the cloud, an enormous beast sprang out upon us. A hound it was, but not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen.
Look at it.
Its eyes glowed with a
So fucking
smouldering
cool.
glare. The whole of its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames. Its rumbling pant and hideous howl, so terrified was I that I began to tremble with fear. Look well, Wilson, Sholmes declared.
God
gazing
damn,
upon the
that's big.
mystical beast. For this is the diabolical hound of the Baskervilles.
What's the dog doing? Dog is ripping and tearing us apart until it is done.
Our first 2 months in London passed by in a flash. That disconcerting courtroom experience we were first thrown into on the day we arrived in the country, and in Soseki-san's terrible ordeal that had followed closely behind, we had emerged victorious. However, there then came an abrupt end to our opportunities to appear in court, which was hardly surprising, of course, since I was nothing more than an amateur, an unknown student of law from a faraway land. So life in our little office was very quiet. That is, until it was shattered one day by that fateful telegram.
Oh.
No, please, I was just about to start the case, man.
I'll talk a little bit more about Case 4 at the end of the stream, but I didn't necessarily have that much more to say than I already did before, when we were about at the wrap-up.
That morning, I was woken by the unreserved knocking on the door by the telegram boy. But after he'd gone...
Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We'll get to what's going on in the actual case in just a moment. I just need to take a brief pause to point out the books over on the table there, on the right side of the table. Why does it look like WinRAR? It's like, I know it's not intentional, and it's not exactly the same colors, but it sure just does look like the fucking WinRAR logo. Just immediately, I was like, what the fuck, WinRAR jump scare? I don't know why, but this just immediately got into my head.
Susato-san's behavior became obviously strange. Susato-san?
Yes! Is it time to leave for court already? Let me see. What case is it today?
I don't think I'm scheduled to defend anyone at the moment, am I?
Oh, no, of course not. How silly of me.
But I think Iris said she wants us to make breakfast this morning. So, shall we go down to Mr. Sholmes' suite?
Yes. Iris makes the most delicious breakfast food.
She does, doesn't she?
And once our bellies are full, we can leave the court in fighting fit form. Let me see, what case is it today?
Here we go again.
Alright, I'm being asked to examine the office, so I will do that.
That spade's been in here since we started renting the place.
No, that's not a spade, Naruhodo-san. It's a shovel.
No, shovels are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a spade.
No, spades are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a shovel.
I don't want to dig a hole for myself, so let's leave it. So, this is the tea set that Susato-san brought with her from Japan.
The sequel is here. Yeah, I got the impression that we were doing a step ladders versus ladders kind of thing there. That's fun. That's fun.
So, this is the tea set that Susato-san brought with her from Japan. Let's hope she hasn't noticed me slipping sugar and milk into my cup when she makes it. It's just so bitter.
Tea's a drink to be enjoyed, Naruhodo-san. You really don't have to force yourself to drink it, you know. I don't like to see you screw up your face so.
Wow.
Spring at last, and the weather is warmer now. But I love the smell of the fire and the steam rising from the kettle.
Oh, would you like some tea, Naruhodo-san?
Thank you, Susato-san, but I'm alright for now. The green tea Susato-san makes me from time to time, and Iris's unique herbal infusions. This place is paradise for a true tea lover.
Green tea is such a wonderful accompaniment to British tea cakes, don't you think?
I've only been here in London for about 2 months, but my desk is starting to look a little messy already.
You could tidy up once in a while.
Susato-san, I always say, making a mess is a small sacrifice to pay for being able to further your studies. And time spent tidying up is time you can't devote to the same cause.
And time spent on ridiculous arguments is time that could be better spent on some simple housework.
She wins. I'm supposed to be the lawyer, but I'm supposed to be the lawyer here.
No investigation marker for WinRAR. Sad.
Oh, the Dharma doll I brought with me from home. Still with only one eye coloured in. Said I'd colour the other eye once I won my first court case here in Britain, but...
But you have one, haven't you? Twice, in fact.
Because I feel as though I'm still lacking as a lawyer. I tell you what, why don't you colour the other eye in once you think I'm a proper, fully-fledged lawyer?
If you insist.
Oh, that's gonna come back around, isn't it?
This must be the telegram. Let's see. Ah! Oh, no, wait, that was Susato.
Ah! No, you mustn't look at that! Not under any circumstances!
Alright, I won't.
I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san, but you can be very mischievous at times.
Put the telegram away if you don't want people looking at it.
Oh, god damn it. We blipped again, I saw that. When did I fucking pause out? Did we miss the dialogue? Do you want me to reread that? Let me know while I'm drinking this water.
Hopefully we're back.
Scary blip, don't think anything was missed? Okay. I didn't notice anything. I don't think anything got missed. I didn't feel we missed anything. Okay, good. Well, hopefully it's fine in the VOD, too. Sometimes the VOD acts cranky about that sort of thing, too. But anyway.
We're rather lucky to find that old aquarium left behind here. Prawns we put in there are doing rather well. And the anemones, too.
It's a wonderful invention, isn't it? The sea, behind glass, inside your room. Another example of Great Britain's greatness.
Going to clean it out and change the weather isn't so great, though, is it? Do you know, I've never seen inside your room there, Susato-san. I've never even peeped inside.
I should think so, too. A young maiden's private chamber is a place of bittersweet secrets, you know?
Whatever you say, young maiden.
Okay. Doesn't look like there's anything else around that we haven't looked at. Probably. Yeah, looks like we've looked at everything. Well, let's talk.
So, what was it about? The telegram that was delivered this morning, I mean.
Oh, a telegram? I don't know what you're talking about.
Sorry, but you're not going to get away with that.
Well, I didn't think I would. Actually, don't give it a moment's thought. It's nothing. Nothing interesting. Boring, in fact. It was just a boring old telegram.
That's 3 times now that she's tried and failed to convince me it was nothing.
I promise that I'll tell you about it at some point.
Alright, I understand. I suppose Soseki-san will have arrived back in Japan by now, won't he?
Yes, I should think so. He left immediately after that terrible ordeal. Which would mean he should have completed the voyage already, or be just a few days away.
A fortnight ago, we had a very long telegram from him. Do you remember? Complaining of seasickness. By and large, it seems the voyage has been going well.
Is something wrong?
No, Hodesan. I was just wondering. What might have become of Soseki-san after he stayed in London, that's all.
You mean as regards Lord Van Zeeks, the Reaper?
Yes. I can't help wondering if seasickness would have paled into insignificance in that case. What is it they say? That no one who stands in the dock can be saved from the Reaper, right? Like the way that nightmarish trial ended on the very day we arrived in London.
Even 2 months on, the case of that dreadful fire is still a mystery. The cause of that dreadful fire.
Yes, but at least Soseki-san's safely out of the country now. Presumably that means...
That the curse of the Reaper can only take effect within the confines of the City of London, perhaps?
Yeah, for those of you asking about Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice, Shutakami did not work on them. It was Takeshi Yamazaki. I believe that's his name, if I'm remembering correctly.
Even if that's the case, it's little comfort. I have a terrible sense of foreboding.
If the legend of the Reaper is to be believed, I mean he wields the sword of justice himself. Come to think of it, I wondered what he's been up to these past 2 months. Surely not wielding that sword against more acquitted defendants. No, I don't think so. Apparently, Lord Van Zeeks hasn't appeared in court once since our last encounter.
Oh?
Yes, since Soseki-san's trial, he's withdrawn from judicial service again, it seems.
Really? Just like before, when he wasn't seen in court at all for several years. So it's just been me who's had to face him in his recent spate of trials, then? Just my luck.
I wonder if luck doesn't come into it.
Sorry? What was that?
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I feel like there's obviously some kind of motive behind that. Well, let's go down. I'm not doing it again.
Morning, Runo. Morning, Susie.
Good morning, Iris.
Iris.
What is it, Runo?
What is that terrible noise? It sounds like a cat being strangled.
Yes, you noticed that, didn't you? Hurley isn't in the best form this morning, it seems.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Sholmes.
Good morning. Good morning to you, to die, perhaps. Has something happened, Mr. Sholmes? You look miserable, and the way you were playing the violin before. Huh. My analytical mind is dead. Music is dead. The world is dead. Damn this blanched existence! That's all it is, my dear fellow. Nothing of consequence.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Well, Iris, isn't it time we ate? Some dry toast and insipid coffee for me, if it's not too much trouble.
Kitty! Aw, hey, look at you. Cutie.
Oh look, it's Wugahai.
Good morning, boy.
That must be some sort of tiny door for cats to use. How did it get there?
Well then, everyone, time for breakfast. Oh, wonderful. Let me help you, Iris.
It would indeed be a fine day to die. I knew something looked different. Something is missing from Mr. Sham's desk.
The fact that his pose is just like completely slumped over.
You seem to be very unhappy this morning, Mr. Sholmes. What's happened?
Used to be the case. In my hands, this violin sung like the dawn chorus. Its melodic tones would make flowers bloom. It would. But now, muses are unamused with me. Goddesses of music have thrown me over.
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes?
For hours I've bowed for days even. Through the night I've endeavored to no avail. That sound, my tones, lost. That brilliant, clear, unwavering tone. Gone forever, no more recitals of unbridled emotion.
Well, you haven't been practicing much lately, have you, Eddie?
Don't worry, I'm sure it will come back to you in time.
Heed my words, Mr. Naruhodo. The goddesses of the arts are fickle. One day they bestow genius on a man, the next day unmercifully withdraw it. Oh dear.
This is how I feel when I've like, when I haven't played Toho for several months and then I tried to again and I suck at it after I was really good before. And I'm just like dying on stage 2 instead of, you know, making it to the last stage like I usually do. That's how I feel. That is exactly what I'm like.
Oh dear.
Ugh, why is this happening to me? They take the turn I have for the violin from me. What is left, for pity's sake? What is left? Deduction, perhaps? Isn't that what you're known for?
Mr. Sholmes, I don't like to pry, but
To Atropos at the $2, I definitely didn't forget about stream, I promise. Oh, what? No, I didn't think. I didn't. What? You're fine.
your desk looks rather empty today.
Well done, Miss Usato. Your observational skills do you credit.
Oh no, Mr. Sholmes, they pale into insignificance when compared to yours.
You'd struggle not to notice, wouldn't you?
You mean Hurley's great analytoscope? That's at Windibank's now.
Sorry? It's at Windy Bank? At a Windy Bank?
No, Windibank's, the pawnbrokery.
Pawn?
What?
You mean you've pawned that enormous machine of yours?
It has some considerable value, you see. Quite undeservingly.
But isn't it a very important machine for your work? I do wish you'd consulted us if your situation had become so desperate. Should have gladly passed what little income I have to you.
Dear madam, things are far from desperate.
But the pawnbroker has your wonderful machine. How can it be anything but desperate?
Making use of a pawnbroker is quite ordinary here in London, I assure you.
It is? Doesn't sound ordinary at all.
It would seem that neither of you fully understand how pawnbroking works.
Oh, what's to understand exactly? What did you mean when you said we didn't fully understand how pawnbroking works?
To the people of London, pawnbrokeries are akin to banks.
Banks?
On Mondays, merchants relinquish their finest jackets and trappings to their pawnbroker of choice. The money they receive in return, they're able to trade happily through the week.
And then on Saturdays, they go to recover their things using the money they've earned.
I had no idea. This has been a fascinating lesson for us.
Everyone does it, you see, especially people in inner London.
And should they have money to spare, they would purchase another fine jacket. To wear, obviously. It's a pawn. Should the need arise.
Oh, how ingenious.
So whenever we have something that's getting in the way, we leave it at the window banks, you see.
A pawnbrokery can be thought of as an extremely secure vault. I'd have thought that even pawnbrokers are different here in Great Britain.
Of course, you have to watch Hurley with it. Sometimes he pawns things he really shouldn't. Don't you, Hurley?
What does it matter? The world is dead to me now.
All right. What's going on, Iris?
Mr. Natsume's cat seems to have settled into his new home then.
Oh, yes. And I've become very attached to little Waggy.
It appears his previous owner is completely forgotten to him. Cats are unfeeling creatures. Their muse as empty as the hearts of the muses.
If Mr. Natsume had no intention of taking Waggy back to Japan, I wonder why he kept him in the first place.
I expect he would have taken him if he could. But pets are strictly forbidden aboard steamships in our experience.
And for good reason. Terrible things can happen if the rules of passage are not obeyed. Well, I don't mind, because Waggy is adorable.
Yes, he really is. Oh, yes, what about the door? I don't remember seeing that tiny thing in the main door before. Where did that come from?
Oh, you noticed? You are observant, Reno. Look, I use this. It's my latest invention.
What is that?
I call it the cat flapper mat. Gosh, a machine for making doors just for cats? Mm-hmm, that's right. It can make a cat flap for a little furry friend like Waggy in seconds. And it can do it in any door at all, no matter what it's made of. It's very powerful, you see.
Wouldn't it have been quicker just to make the cat flap rather than making a machine to make the cat flap?
Well, yes, maybe, but now I can make cat flaps anywhere I like. Oh, I think it's wonderful. You must make one for us in the door of our office upstairs, Iris.
She really knows how to come up with unconventional inventions, this girl.
Oh no.
Oh, what was that?
Wagahai? Uh-oh. Oh no, no! Wagahai, no!
What was that?
Oh no! Wagahai's tangled up in your violin!
Oh, no!
I think he thinks it's a toy.
No! What's he doing to it?
Oh dear, Mr. Soames' precious violin!
Why should I care?
What?
I shouldn't be surprised. The cat's a more accomplished musician than I am.
And then I now. Sorry, his dialogue just goes so slow. I assumed that that's what he would say. I was trying to beat him to the punch because he wouldn't fucking speed up.
Mr. Soames really is in poor spirits, isn't he?
Well, anyway, I'll put it back where it lives. Shall I, Hurley?
Out of the cat's reach, if possible. Maybe we should assess the damage.
Let's see.
So, this is the violin, is it?
It's a Stradivarius, one of the finest violins in the world, made by the renowned Italian luthier Antonio Stradivari.
Oh, I see. Doesn't really look like anything special to me.
I happened upon it, covered in dust, languishing in a pawn shop down a nondescript back alley. The broker had no idea of its value, so I was able to purchase it for a mere 55 shillings. How honourable of you. How honourable of you. And until today, it's been my faithful companion in my ever-great Paganini-inspired performance I've made. I ask you, is there reason to live in a world devoid of music, to tolerate this blanched existence? No! There is none!
Okay, but one of the strings is very obviously broken.
Mr. Soames?
What, dear madam? What? My thoughts are preoccupied with fancies of release from this dull routine.
Well, it's about the violin. It looks very different to normal, don't you think?
Hmm? What do you mean, Monsieur Sato?
Oh, Susie's right. Yes, the tone of the wood is completely different. And that's not all. I'm sure there was no crack here before.
Oh, I didn't even notice the crack. Captain Salty with the 5.
Hairlock Sholmes, the 16th student lying somewhere in this London flat, the one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for him.
Jesus Christ. I was about to say imagine British Junko, but actually we don't have to imagine British Junko, because that's an actual thing in the dub. I completely fucking forgot about that because I don't play the dub of that game. Okay, anyway.
Wait, it's not even the right size, is it? What's this?
I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you this, Mr. Soames, but that instrument isn't a violin at all.
Then what?
Oh, I was talking about the dub of the game, the first game, Nikki. Although I haven't actually seen, like, I've seen clips of the anime's dub, mostly like, you know, the funny ones, the compilation of clips from it, but I've never actually fully watched it. There really should be a retranslated undub for 1 and 2. I agree. I honestly would like that. I mean, no offense to the English voice actors, of course. I think they're, you know, they're all very talented. I just, you know, I have my beef with the NISA translation on the whole in terms of its script and just overall certain decisions about it. So I would really love to play a version of the game like on PC that had, you know, kind of a retranslation go through it. Just, you know, for fun. But I mean, considering it is a fully translated game, I don't think most people are going to want to put the effort into doing that because it's a lot of fucking work to translate a game that big.
I believe it's an entirely different instrument called a viola.
What? The way he fucking disappeared to the ground like that, like the speed of that animation, the way he flew toward the fucking drawn background, he looked like a fucking CDI Zelda character for a second.
Oh, Mr. Soames, are you all right?
You're right! You are quite right! Is this it, my fateful Stradivarius? So what, pray, is this piece of stringed flotsam? Not your faithful performing partner, then?
I see what must have happened.
You do, Iris?
This is just a simple mix-up.
Sounds like Iris might be able to tell us exactly what's happened if we ask her. What did you mean by a mix-up, Iris?
Well, you see, this violin... Sorry, this viola, I mean... was at Winterbank's until last week.
At the pawnbroker's? Not Mr. Sholmes' beloved musical partner. There is a proverb from the East, with which you are no doubt familiar, my dear fellows. Always let a beloved child travel.
Yes, indeed.
So, you sent your beloved violin to the pawnbrokers in the hope that it would experience personal growth?
Oh, what a wonderful idea!
Last week I pawned my great analytoscope in order to release my precious instrument. But it would appear Mr. Winterbank mistakenly furnished me with this tawdry fiddle instead. My ears cannot be deceived by the hollow timber of this piece of timber. No, but your every sense was deceived by the fact that it just had strings. Fine state of affairs that is. This is why I always say, Mr. Naruto, never trust a pawnbroker. They will try to fiddle you every time.
But earlier you told us that you could think of a pawnbrokery as an extremely secure vault.
I'm a liar. I lie. Come, Mr. Naruto, dilly-dallying will get you nowhere. Sorry? Crunching your toast with that vacant aspect, pressing your coffee so obtusely. Are you not a little embarrassed by your own conduct, considering the urgency with which we are faced?
We must visit Mr. Winterbank's brokery at once. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Sholmes?
Precisely, Mr. Soto, without a moment's delay. But I haven't finished my bacon and eggs. My dear fellow, surely you do not still intend to crunch your bacon with an increasingly vacant aspect, to press your egg ever more obtusely? All right, say no more. Let's go then.
Don't worry, Bruno. I'd be happy to heat it up for you again later.
Thank you, Iris. As it happens, I'm rather curious to see what a British pawnbroker's looks like. Sorry, I just noticed some fucking annoying... There are like these little, like, spiky plant, like, things that you get on you sometimes over here while walking through the grass. For some fucking reason, some of these are on my pajamas. It's pissing me off. I didn't walk through the grass with these fucking pajama pants on. Whatever. Burrs? I think so. I think that's what they are. I can't remember the name of them, but I think that's what they are. Anyway, I fucking hate the things, though. The worst. Okay, I think that's all of them. That was weird. I don't know why those were there. Probably came from other laundry. Probably. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Right, because I did do the laundry recently. Anyway. Okay. I think, though, that we'll probably go ahead and actually wrap up here for the night. But stick around to see if we have any fan art. I just saved, but okay. Okay. But anyway, yes. Fan art. We'll look for that now. Thank you for your patience. Had a good time this time. This was a... So yeah, to basically restate my thoughts on Case 4 overall, it was alright. It wasn't, like, great. I liked Soseki, and I liked some, like, elements of it, but I think overall a lot of the slapstick involved was pretty heavily relied on, and I should move that alert box over. Pretty heavily relied on when I just don't think that shit was very funny at all. Peach Tea with the 5. These birds are pissing me off. I'm the original Starwalker. Yeah, Deltarune tomorrow, baby. I'm not streaming it tomorrow. I'll stream it at some point. But I want to play it by myself first. So. And actually, as soon as we get off of stream here, I'm probably going to start winding down, get myself some melatonin so I can get up early ass in the morning and play it. Because I want to be there minute fucking one. As I am with basically every Undertale Deltarune release at this point. I was there at literally the exact moment Undertale released on Steam for the first time, so I might as well continue the trend. But yeah, so we got that stuff. Let me check the Discord server real quick to make sure if there's anything there. Stream art, yes. Absolutely.
I'm so glad that 2 people made the meme that I asked for earlier. Oh, jeez. Alright. Okay. Does anyone know the link to the Discord? There is no link to the Discord. The Discord you can only get by donating $1 to the Patreon. But once you're in, you're in. Like, you don't get kicked out after your Patreon expires. But let's go ahead and look at the art submissions. So... the fucking... So these are several memes and submissions by I Am in Debt. Starting off with the fucking... Very excited for the rest of Case 5, says the caption. Was it Kirby Superstar 44 wants that Danganronpa dissected so fucking bad? The chocolate chip cookie, $250. Oh, that's that's really good. I'm still blown away by that. That was so generous of you, Kirby. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Also, this... How I think Van Zeeks has his bottles. Yeah, honestly, true. I believe this. Yeah, 100%. 100%. That is absolutely true. I'm Dank. And I'm Rump. Fucking hell. Good. Very good. Aw. Cute iris. It's very... I really like the watercolory marker coloring here. Very good, very good. Aww. But my learned friend, I'm gonna be honest, Daddy's gonna kill himself. Aw, the little Sholmes me doodle, so cute. The Blood Dimension by Save Data. Award-winning book on the Blood Dimension. Fucking really good Save Data reference. That's a deep cut for the real ones. Oh my god, that's really good. Yo! Oh, that's fun too. You included my little hair highlight streaks. That's so fun. Oh, that's really good. I like that a lot. Hell yeah. And then yes! Also really good. I want to see her again. Don't tell me if we're seeing her again, but I want to see her again. Very, very good. Alrighty, so that was all for that. So next up, we have from the Discord server, this is from Kirby, who also made the meme. Making a DR meme for an Ace Attorney stream is not what I expected, but it's still quite amusing. I can't wait for the dissection stream. I'm Dank. I'm O'Rampa. The Shooty Brothers. This is very good. Oh, jeez. Fucking crazy. Oh. Thank you for letting me know that you posted something. Harmonia. I will definitely get to that, too. That's really good. Very, very good, Kirby. Aw, Wagahai. This was submitted by Dylan the Turtle. First time posting here. Have the kitty in Soseki's room. Wah. So cute. Enemy of Violas everywhere, I suppose. But, you know, that's okay. We ball. That's so cute. That's really well done. Very, very good job, Dylan. And last but not least, we have this from Harmonia. it's Manfred von Kermy.
You are a fool, Mr. Phoenix, right? Can you prove that there is a bullet in my shoulder? I got it in the war. It has no relation to this case whatsoever. to take the elevator today.
Oh, jeez. It's fucking awesome. Oh, God. That's really fucking good. Okay. Go through everything one more time. Very, very good submissions. Very, very good submissions. Was in a call with Bandana D and he said Manfred von Carmi and responded with that, and then the bit went too far. As all good bits do, frankly.
Edgeworth, you are fired! You are fired! Fired! Fired!
Oh, God. Fucking awesome. Really good. Thank you. Alright, well, we've had a great stream today, folks. I've had a lot of fun. Thank you so much for watching, as always. On Friday, we'll be doing more Fate Hollow Ataraxia as usual. On next Tuesday, we will be starting our new off-week stream series for Tuesdays, which will be Clock Tower. I am very fucking excited for that. Oh my god, Clock Tower is such a cool series. I'm very excited to play through that whole game. And as for the Danganronpa Dissected stream, I'm not 100% sure what date that will be falling on. Again, it'll probably be in early July. But I will let you know as soon as I know. I think it'll probably end up being on a Saturday, if I had to guess. Or, well, no, probably not. Just Saturday, because I do D&D on Saturdays. Might be a Sunday. Might be a Sunday. We'll see. We'll figure it out. I'm not, like, totally solid on what day it'll be yet, but we'll figure it out. Well, anywho, thank you so much for watching, as always. And I will see you whenever I see you. Thank you so much, everybody. See you later. Bye.